And hopefully we're live. Good evening, Mike here, Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To. It is, I don't even know what day it is, the 6th of December 2025. Hopefully you're all having a fantastic evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are. And hopefully you can hear and or see me. Please let me know in the comments. Oh, I was waiting for the volume to be low.
Loud and clear.
Loud and clear, thank you.
Rasher says low. He's been playing his porn lower, hasn't he?
Yeah, if you've been watching pornography, turn up your volume now. I have actually turned the volume up on the OBS in advance of someone saying the volume is low. So we're currently at a +4 gain, which is unheard of.
But Rasher doesn't usually say it.
Yeah, Rasher doesn't normally say it. Anyway, looks like you can hear me and see me. That's a good start. And overhead appears to be working. That's good. And stream desktop, yeah, that's bound to be working. Whatever, I'm not even bother trying that. So, how low can it go? That's a good question, actually. I think it goes down to like -40 dB or something.
I think that's good.
Rash says, ah, yeah, my volume is at 60%. See? You've been pornographizing. That's what it is. Turning the volume down so people don't hear it. Arali says, yay, Mike is love. I think you meant to say live, but love's fine. I can work with that. Thank you, Mark Gaines, for a £5 super chat straight in there. Says, hello, Mike Gaff. Thank you for the gift package. You're very welcome. Very welcome indeed. And so, yeah, some of you, if you see this in the chat or it's mentioned, we have sent out very, very small token gifts to people that have been members for over a year or patrons for over a year. It's something we do every Christmas, so just to give a little something back to people that support us. It's nothing too fancy. Literally, it's a Mike's Unboxing card, a personalized Christmas card, which we had specially made up for us. There is also the Mike's Unboxing coaster, which has been lovingly created in some Chinese sweatshop. And also there is a car air freshener with the Mike's Unboxing logo as well, which also has probably come from a Chinese sweatshop. So thanks, China. Bless you. Ramad says, it's strange sound. It's just low here. Further on YouTube. Other on. Oh yeah, and a notebook and pen. Sorry, I forgot about notebook and pen. Blankety blank notebook and pen for writing all your secret passwords in, rather than store them on your computer. China. That's absolutely it. Excellent stuff. So, good to be with you. It's been a very weird, quiet-ish week here at Mike's Unboxing. Very, very little content being made this week. Everything's been a little bit up in the air. I think the whole DRAM thing is really starting to kick in now, and it is very much a concern. No doubt some of you in the chat will have concerns about the DRAM shortages, etc., etc. This is a live stream, so you're more than welcome to discuss any of those things that come up into your little minds that may interest the rest of us. I know a lot of people are probably just sick and tired of the DRAM thing, but it is one of those things. It is going to affect a lot of people. Us as PC enthusiasts start off with, and then it's going to trickle down to the mainstream and the what's the word used for normal people? Normies. Normies will start getting pissed off at some point when they can't buy a phone for under $2,000 or whatever it is. Yes, Gav?
Sarah, is it? S-E-R-A?
Yeah.
Have you ever tried?
Sarah, I'm not sure. I can't even see the
822.
question. 822. We have a question already. Unbelievable. The questions are in. Sarah 4626. Have you ever tried Thermalright Hypervision 360 AIO? Best for aesthetics with reasonable value. Looks sleek on an all-white build. I haven't, but I would imagine being Thermalright is probably a good shout. And actually, speaking of which, last week in the stream, I did have on here 2 Gamdius AIOs, one of which has been used in a PC and has been sold. That has gone. The other one I've sent back. I actually sent that back tonight. And that was the one with the LCD screen, which was actually a really, really good price. I think it was $59.99 for a 360 AIO with an LCD screen. I never even plugged it in. I literally used the other one and realised that the other one's got the same fans. There's always something, or at least generally there's something. The fans on those Gamdius AIOs have a minimum rotational speed, no matter what you do, of 800 RPM. So basically, even if you try to do DC control, it just drops off from 800 to 0. And I, for one, cannot abide fan noise. It just annoys me immensely. So I didn't even bother taking out the packaging, didn't even try it, just sent it back. So if anyone's interested in the Gamdius AIOs, just be wary that all of them have fans which start with an RPM of 800, which is actually pretty high, considering they only go up to, I think it was about 2000. So it's kind of almost 50% speed straight away, which for me was too loud. So it's gone back. And I've ordered another Thermalright Aqua Elite. I've got the V6 version this time rather than the V3. So there'll be some new videos coming out on that very shortly. Price-wise, about £15 cheaper, but no LCD screen. Lots of ARGB and fans which will go lower than 800 RPM, which is always nice. Yes, Kath?
Arachnoid of the Underverse, did the RAM get lost in the post? And above that, Phasal after.
What time was that?
8:22 still.
8:22. Andy Archer, what did he say?
For Andy Archer, sorry.
Did the RAM get lost in the post?
And then Phasal 2 above that.
No, we got some. Well, which RAM? which RAM are you referring to now? If it's the stuff from Overclockers that did finally arrive, I think it was Overclockers. Was it Overclockers? Yeah, it was Overclockers. That had finally arrived. What was the other question? Which PSU should I buy of 650 watt? MSI, Corsair, Deep Cool, or Cooler Master? I don't know. Each one of those brands probably does about 5 or 6 different versions of a 650 watt power supply. Probably bronze, gold, modular, non-modular, etc. So just saying 650 watts doesn't really give me a lot to go on. But out of all of those, I don't know really. Corsair would probably be a sensible choice. Not necessarily the cheapest or the best choice, but a sensible choice in terms of warranty and general availability. A Deep Cool, probably less availability worldwide, possibly better prices, depending on the model. Cooler Master, generally Cooler Master, they tend to be, I would say personally, it's for, in the UK at least anyway, generally a little bit overpriced for what they are. That isn't the case in other countries, but here in the UK for some reason Cooler Master power supplies do seem to be a little bit higher priced than their counterparts on the market, although very good power supplies. I've never really had any problems with them. When it comes to MSI are a little bit hit and miss. The lower end 650 watts, the bronze ones, I would probably avoid unless it's extremely cheap. The gold rated ones, especially the newer ones, generally fine. Yeah, it's a bit of a mixed bag. There isn't one I would say specifically, yeah, go out and get it, it's great, because again, there are so many different models. I think the MSI GLs, I think it's the GL, the gold label, they are probably the ones I would be looking at personally, but each to their own.
Reasons where you should 100% do a review. 825.
Where's that? 825. What was the question? Sorry.
You should.
Oh yeah. Sorry. You should, bruh. You should 100% do a review on the Arctic Pro 120mm because they now just, I think last month, have a reverse blade option. Now waited a while, black and white I'm sure. Are they RGB as well? The Pro ones? I probably will look into them. If they do the ARGB ones and they don't have that stupid split connector, I would be definitely looking at them. Mark Gaines, talking of RAM, Mike, I had to replace my laptop RAM. 16 gigs cost me £180. Oof. That's it's not great, is it? Wow.
Andy Archer says joke regarding referring to your gifts.
Sorry, Andy Archer.
We both missed that.
I understand now. Yeah, that, right over my shiny bonds. David Anders says nobody ever got problems buying Corsair. I would differ to agree with that. Yeah, I can't agree with that. Judging by the comment section, I think every company has problems with some power supply at some point or other. I think Corsair have got a reasonably good track record. At least they did when they were in the hands of Johnny Guru. I think he is more of taking a step back these days, and the bean counters are basically making the decisions, not the engineers for Corsair. Apparently, someone was saying actually Corsair still haven't made a profit, which I find really hard to believe, but I also think that it's actually, yeah, it makes total sense because I don't know actually, you'd think they would make a profit, but apparently they don't, which is bizarre. How would you... No, I'm not going to get into the politics of it. John David Simmons says, Mike, I just bought some Arctic P12 Pros to replace the non-Pros on the Arctic Freezer 3, but are they RGB? That was that's the key question. Welly Bob says, I've heard people are buying laptop SODIMMs, DDR5, and DIMM converters to convert these into ATX standard PC RAM. I don't doubt it at all. I think that's very much going to happen. I'm not sure if it's going to get that bad. I think it's going to get to a point where if people can't buy DDR5 normal desktop 288 pin sims, the DIMMs, I think it's 288. Is it 288 or 268? I never remember. Anyway, if they can't get them, I think they'll just hold off. I can't see there being a mass influx of people buying SODIMMs and putting them on desktop boards. I can see there being possibly new boards coming out with SODIMMs as an option. So either traditional desktop RAM or SODIMMs as an option. That would be okay. John says they have, yes, they have RGB. Well, that is something certainly I will be looking into then. Maybe something to have a look at in a week or so's time. We'll see what happens. Rasher says, how is the PC not selling if it has DDR5 in it? This is the question which I've been banging my head about. I don't understand why this PC, this is what the stream's supposed to be about, but we'll go off track because we do. I don't understand.
Just shadow banned it.
Possibly. I haven't even looked into the stats on it, but the PC itself is, like you saw it, most of you saw it being built a couple of weeks ago. It was the white Be Quiet case, Gigabyte B650 Eagle AX, 7500F, half decent cooler, 32 gigs of Crucial RAM. Probably less said about the Crucial RAM the better at the moment. But I think the sticking point is it's got the Intel Arc B580 GPU in there. And I think that might be the sticking point. I think if the case looked nicer, it might sell. But I think it's the graphics card. Hence why I've got this on the side here. Because potentially this might be the swap out option to try and help this PC sell. Moving it from Intel over to NVIDIA with the RTX 3060. Non-TI, but is the 12 gig OC edition. The TUF from ASUS. And actually, yeah, a pretty stonking card. Looks very impressive. Obviously doesn't need 3 fans on it, but it kind of is what it is. And if it helps to sell the PC, which I believe it might, then that might be the way to go. But we'll get the PC out a little bit later, and we'll take some parts out and start swapping things around just to see what makes sense and what doesn't, because it is driving me slightly mad. Dave Aiken says, Mike, I have a 5060 Ti 8 gig I need to sell soon. I don't know if that's going to take the price up too much. But then saying that, I don't know, what's a 5060 Ti 8 gig go for these days? I'm guessing it isn't about £250, which is kind of what the ARC sort of owes me, realistically. But we'll see. Mark Gaines, Mike, is it true Crucial is not doing RAM anymore? Yes. Micron, the company who is basically probably the third largest DRAM or RAM supplier, manufacturer, fab, whatever you want to call it, on the planet, has decided, being that Samsung and SK Hynix have already donated their souls and 40% of their entire stock to OpenAI for the next 2 years, I believe. Micron have thought, well, actually, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, and they've essentially decided that they're going to discontinue the Crucial brand, which is the retail section of Micron RAM. Micron still will be selling to like big companies, corporations, via the Micron brand, and also for servers and that kind of stuff, but they're just exiting the retail market. So as per usual, who gets screwed? Yes, it's me and you. We are the ones that get screwed over with their constant search for more and more money, which I don't know why any of us ever seem surprised. I know it's disappointing, but it's never really a surprise, I don't think, these days. Some people probably were genuinely surprised. Wow, Crucial leaving the RAM market. Wow. But like with everything at the moment in this dystopian world we currently seem to be living in, it's all going to big corporations. Slowly but surely, it's big corporations and AI, and to hell with everybody else. We can just pay for it all.
You'll own nothing.
Yeah, you will own nothing and you will be happy. Whether that be a chemically induced stupor or not, who knows? But you will be happy. I think it's going to get to a case as well where we've started seeing it already, where Nvidia and others have kind of made it so that you can essentially rent a GPU. I can see that becoming more and more of a thing as desktop or internet access devices such as your smartphone, tablets, lower end PCs, as they become basically not financially replaceable unless you sell a body part or something, which I don't suggest you do because that's probably a bad idea. But I think that's going to be what it'll be. It'll be that you will rent your gaming PC and just use it on a kind of pay-per-use basis, possibly. No doubt it's going to come down to subscription service. RAM as a service, or GPU as a service. I think that's probably the way it's getting, or at least potentially it will be, unless there's some drastic change in the market. Zero Defect says, only until they can't milk that cow anymore, they will be back. The thing is, the business side of, from Micron's point of view, the business side, or the kind of, what's the word? The kind of industrial side of Micron, supplying RAM to big companies, big orders, etc. Because you've got to think as well, not only is Crucial the brand, or the retail brand for Micron RAM, also there are some other big players which are also going to be affected by this, which potentially may not be able to get RAM as well. So Corsair is a big customer of Micron, as is Kingston Technology. Kingston don't make their own RAM, or very rarely. Also Patriot Gaming. Patriot RAM is generally sourced from the likes of Samsung, SK Hynix and Micron. And there was another one as well, which I forget at the moment. I'm trying to think who it was. Who was it? Kingston. I'm having a moment, a senior moment here. I'm trying to think. Corsair, Kingston, Patriot, and there's somebody else as well. I can't think. There's other companies as well. So obviously, if you are a smaller company, such as, G-Skill. That was the other one I was thinking of. So G-Skill, they also buy their RAM, as do a lot of companies, buy it from the main providers, Samsung, SK Hynix and Micron. So it is going to have a knock-on effect in the retail market if Micron also says, right, we're not doing retail RAM anymore, so we're not going to supply it to our retail kind of customers. That may be a thing as well. We don't know the ins and outs of that fully yet. No doubt that will be disclosed at some point in the near future. This is all very fresh news. It's only happened, I think, Wednesday or Thursday. Not too sure exactly, but it's... Oh, Team Force also use Micron. Kingston also uses SK Hynix. I think most of them, Corsair, use kind of whatever they can get. It's always the way. Any of the brands that don't have their own factories, they just basically buy whatever they can get, whatever's on offer, whatever's available. Sometimes they'll have a deal with Samsung, sometimes they'll have a deal with SK Hynix, sometimes with Micron, sometimes even they'll have a third party manufacture it. So a third party will buy the RAM and then a fourth party will actually sell it. So it gets really confusing. It's all a bit of a noise. Free Speech says, so should I pull my RAM for collector's item purposes? Yeah, definitely. You are going to get to the point where you could probably put RAM in a picture frame and keep it as like a treasured asset.
Or like people used to do when they gave up smoking, smash in emergency.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's the point. Yeah, that's a good idea from Kath. Go to IKEA, get one of those what they called picture frames, the deep ones, where it's got like a bit of glass on the front which you can actually break, and have a smashed glass in emergency and just stick your RAM behind it and just keep it there just as a last ditch resort. Who knows how long it's going to last, the RAM shortage.
Keep it away from your windows though in case anyone sees it.
there's a lot of, obviously, it takes a long time, or at least it is supposedly takes a long time to get a factory up and running, producing the wafers necessary to create these modules, be it for normal DRAM, VRAM for video RAM, or other types of storage, whatever you're trying to do. Fabrication apparently takes a good kind of about a year to get up and running properly. And you can't just switch from one fabrication type to another, at least not easily. So the question is, how long is it going to last? Apparently, from what we have read and what has been reported, that OpenAI have sourced, or at least requested, the RAM wafers unfinished, or basically like kind of raw wafers, for what appears to be 2 years supply. So if they're taking 40% of the RAM from two big companies, no doubt Micron are getting on as well. So yeah, I don't know. It could last for another 6 months. We've already seen in some of the news articles that some factories, such as Winbond, have basically said, well, actually, we can probably do that. So Winbond apparently are throwing their hat in the ring. And there's also been some talk of other Chinese factories who are kind of starting to spool up to get some production out. But I think it's going to end up, especially with some of the Chinese factories, there's a strong chance that if the RAM market does basically bottom out, which it appears to have done, the Chinese market or the Chinese factories will sell to the Chinese market first and foremost. Like, yes, you might still get some on things like Alibaba or AliExpress, but realistically, if there does seem to be a massive shortage, China being the kind of, well, the country that they are, let's say, they are going to try and put China first. So if China needs RAM to create computers to use to keep their economy going, clearly they are going to not allow China to export RAM to other countries, at least not with a hefty tag on it. So I don't know whether the Chinese factories will be our kind of savior. Possibly they will be. Who knows? It's really, really early doors. And okay, there is other manufacturers such as V-Color, which, as far as I know, V-Color get in from SK Hynix. Now, I would imagine that a lot of these companies, especially the kind of the third parties like your Kingstons, your Corsairs, etc., V-Color, Patriots, what else have we got? Kingston Fury, possibly Bywin. There's lots of people.
V-Color, and we had another one, didn't we? That the person from V-Color went to.
Oh yeah. I can't think now. There was another brand.
Getting those names out there then.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I can't think. Yeah, I can't think. Clev, yeah, there's Clev as well. Well, Clev is the retail arm of SK Hynix. So yeah, Clev is to SK Hynix what Crucial is to Micron. Yeah, Clev stuff's pretty good, but I don't think we'll see much of that. Oh, what was it? I had some RAM and it was silver. It was an unusual company name. And it had like RGB and like a circle around the outside of it. Oh God, what was it? I can't think what it is now. Kath's trying to find it. It was an unusual name. Did they send me a T-shirt? I might have it in my wardrobe. Don't think I have.
I think they sent you a V-colour one.
I got a V-colour one, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, what I was going to say is, where was I saying? Yes, I don't think China will be supplying a lot. Kimtego, that was it. Yeah, Kimtego. They are also using SK Hynix RAM, so they're probably in the same boat as well. A lot of manufacturers will be. Oracle as well. Oracle don't make their own stuff, but they buy in from other places such as SK Hynix and Samsung, etc. Possibly Micron as well. So I think if they've got deals in place where generally when you're buying RAM, it's almost the same as buying like oil or buying kind of grain or coffee or anything. So you kind of buy it in advance, or at least you buy the option. So you pay for the option, then when it's your time to make a purchase or it's there, the factory is ready to start producing for you, they come to you and say, look, you've bought the option. Do you want this RAM or do you want this product at the price quoted? Now is your chance to kind of pass or decide to go with it. Generally, companies tend to go with it, so they honour the agreements, etc. So hopefully, some of the companies may have had kind of long-standing agreements. So if they have, then they're going to be fine. Oh, and I think my Chrome is about to crash. I can hear my fans ramping up on the PC. That's normally a bad sign. Hello, Sean. Hello. He says, evening, Mike the bike. Okay. Oloy, yeah, Oloy, that's another brand as well. I'm guessing they are also like a third party. G-Skill, yeah, G-Skill Valley says there is Samsung and Hynix. It's in a box until I get a PSU for another PC. Yeah, there's Oloy. Oloy's pretty good actually. I like some Oloy stuff. So there are other brands available, but yeah, I think it's going to come down to how far into the future that the other companies were looking when they were making their deals. I'm guessing because RAM production was at pretty much an all-time low, and also because of the tariffs, so because of the tariff situation, generally what happens in a lot of factories and fabrication plants is when a certain type of RAM or a certain machine isn't being used anymore, so it's ending production, normally that machinery would then be sold on the open market to, generally it would be to a Chinese manufacturer. So say for instance, Micron in the US, one of their plants, they've stopped doing DDR4. So they would generally then sell all that equipment to the highest bidder, whoever it may be. But a lot of the companies have stopped doing that at the moment because of the export tariffs in the US. So a lot of the machinery which would have traditionally gone to China or other countries to then facilitate more RAM production on a first party or third party basis, that hasn't happened. A lot of that machinery has essentially been mothballed. So some of that manufacturing capacity could be kind of brought out of storage and spooled back up again. But again, it's going to take time. I don't see this getting any better. I would argue personally, and I'm being relatively optimistic here, I don't think it's going to get better before possibly May, June, July of next year. I think it's going to take that long. It might take longer. And it seems at the moment, even with the absolutely astronomical prices that we're experiencing at the moment with RAM, the stock is dried up. Even secondhand. Well, our Discord bot, I don't know how many pings I would get on a normal day for DDR4 or DDR5 RAM. It's basically silent. If you go to CX, which is, for those who are outside of the UK, CX is a kind of, basically like a thrift store, but for electric parts. and they are basically out of DDR5 pretty much throughout the entire country. Most manufacturers, retailers, etc., people like Scan, they've got some in stock, but it's just so ridiculously expensive. Amazon, go to Amazon, have a search for DDR5 RAM. There's basically nothing apart from some severely overpriced RAM. And I mean, like, overpriced beyond what the natural price, well, not the natural, but the inflated prices are, then tack on a little bit more on top of that. It's bizarre. You get the every now and then you get like a little deal which comes up and it's gone like in seconds. So there is a very, very hungry market at the moment. And it does appear as well, OpenAI aren't taking any prisoners with this. From what I have heard, whether it's true or not, so do take this with a pinch of salt, but apparently in the States, OpenAI staff members have actually been asked to go to retail stores such as Best Buy, Newegg, etc., and go and see the manager and buy up as much RAM as they possibly can, especially the higher capacity kits like the 128s, the 96s, 64s, and if they can't get 32s. So they are actively basically purging the market of stock. It's insane. I've never seen anything like this at all in the PC industry at all. Even with the GPU shortages.
Friday for everything else, but
yeah,
for a long time now.
Everything else is like pretty good. Processors at a reasonable price at the moment, especially if you include AliExpress stuff. Storage in general isn't too bad, especially as NVMe drives.
Listed a few more RAM brands.
All right, okay. It's been pretty okay. Graphics cards have been coming down to kind of MSRP prices or lower in some instances. Power supplies have been getting some price drops. Cases have come down a lot. Here in the UK, scan.co.uk have been having some really crazy deals with Corsair cases, selling Corsair cases for $39.99, such as the 6500X, the 4000, the 5000X, I can't think of the other one, 4500X as well, I think. There's been a bunch of them all for sale for $39.99. So I think it's going to get to a point where obviously it's going to be hard to buy a PC. It's going to be harder to buy RAM. So retailers, especially ones which are tech-based, are going to have to start selling off stock very, very cheaply. So that people might think, well, I can't get RAM at the moment, but at this price, I can't afford not to buy it. I'll keep it, I'll stick it in the loft and wait for RAM to sort itself out. Dave Aitken coming with £2 super chat. Thank you very much, Dave. Says DDR4 will skyrocket as people start to rely on it. Yeah, I think that is going to very much happen. It's sort of happened already. I don't think CX has got any DDR4. Yeah, DDR4 is going to be the new toilet roll. It really is. But yeah, it's just insanity. Dave was listing some of the other RAM manufacturers there. So, third-party manufacturers. So there's Mushkin, Integral, Patriot, Silicon Power, of course. Forgot about Silicon Power. Team Group, and Silicon Power again. Well done. You doubled up on Silicon Power to get the name out. Excellent. But yeah, it's just absolute insanity. It really is insanity. John David Sullivan says, I suppose NVMe is next. Well, actually, there have been some deals. I picked up some... where are they? MSI, these aren't the best drives, but they're PCI Express Gen 4x4. I think 5,000 megabits per second read and 3,500 write, so they're absolutely fine. 5-year warranty. There's no onboard cache. It's using host buffer memory or host memory buffer. I always get that round the wrong way because HBM is high bandwidth memory, but HMB is host memory buffer, which is what these use. 1 terabyte drives. These have been on Amazon a couple of times for like £40. So I bought 2 last time they came up on offer. The deal came up again this week, so I bought another 3. So apparently they're not due until sometime in early January, but being Amazon, they can turn up at kind of any time at all. As long as they turn up before the end of the financial year, I'd be happy.
What the trade prices are like for RAM? Trade-in prices.
I'm not too sure.
Why don't we go to CX and do a thing?
The trade-in prices for RAM are, from what I can tell, are awful. If you just go to CX and look at
Should
the
we do it in a
prices, I
minute?
think it's like 350 quid. We'll have a look on the screen.
Yeah, as if you're gonna.
Yeah, we could do actually. O'Reilly, thank you very much for your £20. So we might as well go retro. This is for your DDR1 PC build. Oh dear, yeah. I kind of miss retro PCs. I remember, it was Christmas 2001, I think. It might have been 2001 or maybe 2002. I'm not sure if Angel was born. What year was she born? 2001.
Yeah.
So it might have been Christmas before she was born, possibly. And I was working at the computer shop, and for Christmas, the boss Roy said, right, you can all have like £50 worth of stock as a gift. So I chose a case, which I think was 35 quid or thereabouts, and I said at the time, oh, I could do with 64 megabytes of RAM as well for my PC. I think I only had 64 and I wanted to make it 128 running Windows Millennium. So it must have been around about 2000. Or was it Windows 2000? It could have been either. But yeah. And he said, oh, go on, just, yeah, you can have the RAM. So I think 64 megabytes of RAM back then would have been somewhere in the kind of 20 to 40 pounds mark. Which back then didn't seem like extravagant, but I don't know why I keep on remembering that instance as like, yeah, 64 megabytes of RAM with like a 300 watt power supply, and you could have a nice little PC up and running Windows Millennium or Windows 2000 and playing all those games that came out around about that era, like Midtown Madness, GTA, I guess it would have been back then, Unreal Tournament, all those types of games. And yeah, it was just it was a different era, a little bit more of a golden age than what it is at the moment. Anyway, thank you, O'Reilly, for the super chat, much appreciated, and we'll buy some RAM with that.
Dutch John says, can it be more retro? I'm now working on Windows 98.
Yeah, Windows 98. Oh. I actually did like Windows 2000. It took me a while to get used to it. I didn't like the fact that we had extra like user folders and you had all that stuff going on. I liked the simplicity of 95 and 98 with like the folder structure.
Was that when you still had my briefcase?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Was that what it's called?
Yeah. Dave Viller says, retro PCs bored the crap out of me. I tried to give away several Socket 7, Socket 775 motherboards and related CPUs, GPUs and drives for the last year. No one wants that here, all going into the recycle bin soon. Oh, that is a shame. Romad says, yeah, Athlon XP 2400 Plus and 2x512 of DDR RAM. Nice. Windows 2000 Pro. Yeah, it was good. I liked it. Windows Service Pack 5, was it? Was the last one for Windows 2000? Good times. Dear. Anyway, so RAM is not looking good at the moment, and actually we will do that. We'll drag up CX, and I've got some RAM kits here, and I'll just, out of interest, we'll just see what the trade-in value is going to be. I'm assuming they're going to be absolutely hideous, but that's the way things are. So let's put you onto Stream Desktop just for the lols. Yeah, so what is CX? CX is the largest second-hand electronics and entertainment specialist. So you can buy, sell and exchange your games, phones, consoles, laptops, tablets, computers, electronics and gadgets for cash.
We did go inland, was it last week?
Yeah.
And it was pretty dead, wasn't it?
And actually, interesting fact, CEX was actually started up by the legendary Charlie Brooker of the Black Mirror fame. He was one of the original founders of the company. Oh dear, yeah. So, let's see what we've got here. So I have got some Crucial DDR5 RAM. So let's have a look. So Crucial Pro Overclocking. Is there any 1x, 2x16? If they got a 6000 mega transfer, there we go. desktop. Yep, that is the one, I believe. A little bit. So they've got none in stock. £155. So I'm guessing the trade-in, the actual prices haven't really changed much there. But you can trade in your own for cash for £85, or you can get a trade-in voucher for £103. That doesn't seem too bad, to be honest with you. That seems almost reasonable, but it's not in stock. So let's go back to desktop RAM.
O'Reilly says
In stock online. So that is the only stock they've got in the country. So if you don't mind going to St David's in Cardiff or going to Wigan, no one really ever wants to go there, but you never know. 32 gigs of G.Skill Trident Z5 Neo Silver. Nice. £315 for a used set of RAM. Incredible. If you want some A-Data RAM, there's the XPG Lancers. 2x16 gigs, 7200 megatransfers per second. £340 for 32 gigabytes of RAM. So that is £10 per gigabyte. That's not great. Absolutely ridiculous. And they probably paid like 80 quid for that, if not less, because they probably bought it a while back when it was cheaper, so they probably paid about 30 for it, 40. Dear Mike. Deary me.
who would buy something like that?
Who would buy something like that? Desperate people. Because there are people that run computers for work, and they just have to do it. Shaky says, let's get a car started. I'm off to Wales.
Wouldn't it be lush if it goes at your work?
Which one is it? Yeah, is it Cardiff? Oh no, I'm not going to Wigan. So if you want the G.Skill, head over to the Wigan store. If someone hasn't already nabbed it.
But it says in stock online.
Yeah, so in stock online includes the stores.
Oh right, okay.
So if we get rid of that and just have Wigan. Well, no, out of stock. Out of stock, yeah. They're probably selling quicker than the computers can actually update. And again, let's show the trade-in prices.
People are buying them then.
So look at the markup on that, especially the G.Skill. So £173 trade-in for cash, 315 sell.
Just down the road from Sean Rowland's. Too late. It's gone.
Is it?
I don't know. You said it was, didn't you?
Right, yeah, I think it's going to be gone. Let's where's my mouse gone? There it is. So in stock online.
Cardiff, I'll queue for midnight.
Oh dear, it's just sad times. Let's see if there is DDR5. Because the thing is with DDR5, they sell it in weird ways. They sell it like individually, like one stick. So unless it actually says in the description that it's two, they sell as one. So like there, one stick of generic RAM, £110, but they haven't got any. DDR5.
Skystalker's in. Can we just apologise to him? We did.
Hello, Sky.
We did take your grandson's gift to the post office.
Oh yeah, we did take your grandson's gift to the post office, but we got turned away. So
just go to a different store, which is just up the road.
They told us to go away to another shop, so we didn't. I refused to do it.
So we'll have to try again, but he is on his way when we can get her to take it.
Anyway, that's enough of CX and enough of the disappointments. How horrendous is that? Oh my goodness. David Unreal says Mobo sales are declining, hopefully, so the prices will go down. I can always crib some memory from other PCs. Sky also says, yeah, I think the flip market is going to be terrible. I think as well it's going to be quite difficult as well for YouTubers, myself included, to some extent. Oh, sorry, I've went into my bloody hill now.
They didn't know it was Mario's Sky,
Oh, right, okay.
did they? 'Cause he was tucked up in his box.
Yeah, that's right. They didn't know. What was I going to say? Yeah, I think for smaller businesses, especially PC repair shops, like the typical like mum and pop PC repair shops, they're in trouble unless they are doing more repairs than they're doing upgrades and sales. I think they're going to struggle. And obviously, YouTube channels, especially the smaller ones, like channels like ours, where we don't get stuff sent to us a great deal. We have to buy quite a lot of the stuff we review on the channel. So for us, it might get to the point where we've literally got nothing to test equipment on or to do reviews with. It might happen. You never know. And much like when the GPU shortage kicked in, when a lot of kind of the larger channels, or even some of the smaller channels actually, had their shelves stacked up with graphics cards, very few of them actually parted with them because, well, we need them. We need them for testing.
That was a real pet hate of yours, wasn't it?
That really did piss me off then. It's like, come on, you've got like 7 boxes of 4080s or 4090s on the shelf. You don't need all of them, surely.
Do they still have them on the shelf now? Or
Yeah.
Was that just to piss you off back then?
I don't know. Who knows? But anyway. Viali says, best not sell that PC, might keep the parts for testing. Well, I've got my emergency break glass, if all hell breaks loose, is if things go that bad, I will decommission the streaming PC and I'll just use the Mac. I've got a Mac there, so I can stream with a Mac easily enough. So I can ditch that PC altogether and I can split that down so I can use that for testing stuff. That won't be too much of a problem. So I've got my video editing PC, that'll be fine. I can break that PC down and use spares if I need to. That is going to be kind of it. The rest of this, like, I haven't got a lot of other stock. I've got probably about 3 or 4 sticks or sets of RAM, DDR5. I've got a couple of DDR4 kits. When it's gone, it's gone.
Peripherals.
Which I'm not too upset about, to be honest with you. Dean says I have a lot of empty boxes on display. Hey, Patrick LaBelle, how you doing? Sorry, Kath, who was it?
Peripherals I managed to get.
Peripherals. I managed to get 2x16 6GB RAM from CX for £101. Awesome. Yeah, I was really lucky. That Crucial RAM I've got here, that was on a weird pre-order, and it was supposed to be £79.99, but then they wanted an extra £10 because I upgraded it from a non-RGB to this, bizarrely. It's not the best RAM, but that was £89.99, and I got 2 packs of those, which I was quite pleased with because that was kind of like the last ditch attempt after Black Friday. But still, what else? Matthew Day says, if all else fails, become a cat channel. You never know. Sky says, the world goes crazy when a perceived shortage happens, and they say the shortage will be 2 years. I think that is the kind of the estimation, that it will be possibly 2 years before things get back to some form of normality. I don't think they mean it's going to be 2 years until like there's stock available. I think they mean it's going to be 2 years until it gets back to that kind of equilibrium where RAM is at a kind of a reasonably sensible price. Who knows? I honestly don't know. I am purely guessing. It's speculation entirely. Nobody really knows what's going to happen.
Dave does. Dave the cat.
Dave the cat knows. We should toss him upside down and see if he lands on his feet. If he lands on his feet, it's going to happen. If not, it's not.
Don't listen, Dave.
He's asleep down there in the boxes at the moment. Anyway, so yeah, I think we'll probably get to the point where we'll be either doing videos on RAM management, which seems weird. Remember back in the day when you had DOS and you could actually download more RAM? Well, you couldn't technically download it. Well, you kind of could. You could get a floppy drive and run a program and it would give you more RAM. That was actually a thing back in the day. Or you could use something like HiMem.sys, I think it was. My days of DOS were very, very shallow. I didn't get involved with DOS very much. Yeah, RAM doubler software. That was it. And also you had disk compression, so you could actually have like X amount of free space on your drive, and you could compress it to get more. Wonder if we'll be doing that in RAM.
Yeah, for like Viali says, it's the energy prices that will never get better.
Yeah, Viali, you're absolutely right. Yeah, it's like energy prices. It will never get better. They will just keep prices high on purpose.
And
The thing is,
they tell you they buy it expensive, but they make all these profits.
that's right. I think now, like the doomsday with seer inside of me, I generally see the bad things, but also looking on the flip side of it, it can't, well, in theory, it can't get too bad. Now hear me out on that, because there is some sort of logic in my reasoning. So, if you think all the RAMs being bought up by AI companies, okay, to create servers and for creating new, bigger, larger language models to make AI better. That's the theory, okay?
Can't get much worse.
So then you have to think about it. Who are the customers for AI? Which actually isn't as quite as clear cut as you think. So if you think about it, AI at the moment is being pushed towards consumers, you and me. So things like ChatGPT, OpenAI, all these things, even like Thermal Take got involved with their AI Forge to make your displays onto your AIOs, just to make your own graphics and stuff.
Wouldn't it be more...
Also in Google, like whenever you do a search, there's an AI option on there, so you can get AI to answer, or you can go into Gemini and ask it to create things for you. So it's basically being pushed towards us, whether it be on our phones, tablets, PCs.
Wouldn't it be bigger companies though, like for stock ordering and stuff?
Well, that is it, yeah.
Things more so.
So that is the thing. Obviously, in terms of a kind of a demographic or who it's aimed at, AI is clearly aimed at customers, because ultimately we are the ones which will be paying money for subscription services to use it. As always, most AI companies will do what they generally do. So AI will come out and they'll be like, right, you can use this service, it's free, but if you want the enhanced features or you want it to be that bit smarter, then you can subscribe to our AI Plus program, which will cost you X pounds per month.
AI, YouTube Premium.
YouTube Premium, yeah. So that is kind of the customers. That's a lot of their bread and butter. Obviously, hundreds of millions of people on the planet being targeted with that. Yes, they make some income from that. But on the flip side of it, companies, corporates, retailers, all those kinds of things who want to make their lives easier, whether it be stock control automation, whether it be facial recognition scanners, whether it's going to be self-service tills, delivery drones, those types of things. Even just things, something as simple as like an AI agent, which is essentially your antivirus or your firewall. So there's many, many applications for AI applications to be used in, if that makes sense, both for consumers and also for big business. Because obviously, if AI can create a way that a business can shave off, I don't know, 1,000th of a millisecond for a website to appear on your screen, that server time, when it's over millions and millions of page views, that basically means a cost saving.
Russell
So
says, why can't they just ramp up production? Because that means less profit.
that is the thing. So let's finish off the AI thing. So who are the target customers? Also, you have to think about it as well. There are other applications for AI which obviously will be used before us and are used in things like military applications. So
AI agents on courier
guided rockets, security systems, planning out basically an entire war. AI can be used in that thing, or also for things like NASA, for working out how flat the Earth actually is. I jest. But you get the general idea. So AI has got so many potential customers and applications that you don't know who it's aimed at. But going back to why I think that bubble will burst, and it will probably be OpenAI's fault. Because if you think about it, how do people, i.e. humans, how do we interact with AI? It's not a difficult question.
Not a lot of choice.
Yeah. The only way you can access or interact with AI is a digital device, whether it be your mobile phone, whether it be your desktop computer, whether it be your laptop, whatever it is, even possibly your smart kitchen or whatever it is. You do need to have a digital device which is on, functioning and connected to the network. Now, if you cannot buy RAM to build said device, whether it be manufacturers can't get RAM to stick in your phone, they can't put it inside your PC, they can't put it inside your laptop, whatever it is. If they can't build it, we can't use it. And in which case, AI then becomes basically a military tool or a government tool. Maybe that's what they want as well. Possibly is, possibly isn't. I don't know. I'm purely speculating. But I think if they screw the customers too hard, i.e. you and me, the retailers, if they screw us too hard and PC, or the cost of ownership for a PC or a phone or whatever it is, your chosen device, if they squeeze too many people out of that market, it won't get used.
Your internet, you probably just won't
If it
bother
doesn't get used, the shares will drop, companies go bust. That's how it works. As soon as the service doesn't get used, or it loses the public interest or the government interest or the enterprise interest, as soon as that goes away, the shares will drop faster than a whore's pants. Probably shouldn't have said that on a stream, but whatever. You get the general idea. It will happen, and it will be very, very quick. The AI bubble burst will happen as quickly as the DRAM shortage started. It will be almost overnight when it happens, because someone will get whiff of it happening and everything will just go. And it will go very, very quickly. Now, there's already been, if some of you have been watching the stocks and trades, there have been some twitchy people over at NVIDIA. And people have been ditching NVIDIA stock, like, pretty hard because of what is going on. People are a bit concerned. There's a lot of money tied up in these companies. And you think NVIDIA shares at the moment are arguably the highest they've ever been, or close to it. So people know that obviously there's going to be a flip side. And if you destroy the market, which is your entry to a product, you're kind of screwed. So I think there are people twitching already. It'll be interesting to see what happens in the new year. But that is my kind of thoughts on it. I genuinely want to hear what your thoughts are. So I'm going to have a quick drink of my drink and I'm going to look through some of your chat, see what you guys are saying. I'm going to scroll back up a minute. And if there's anything, Shaky says, what goes up must come down. That is very true. That is very true. Wolfman says it's not RAM that has been purchased, though it's wafers. So the lack of customer RAM is because they have no wafers to make them. That is partially true, but I'm not sure if I already said this or not. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But there have been members of staff from OpenAI who have gone to retail stores to buy up as much RAM as they can. I'm pretty sure I did say that earlier. I'm having the same conversation over and over with people, so I'm not sure if I've said it or not. But yeah, it's not just the wafers that they're buying or the potential wafers they're buying. They are buying physical stock from retail stores and distributors. So you're right, but also they are doing the other thing as well. They're not being very public about that, but it has been leaked from some employees in various places in America where it has happened, and they've got evidence of it happening, which is kind of nuts.
Was it David?
Sky says that was my understanding as well. Yeah, there is a bit more to it than that. At least that isn't been totally public. David Thompson says, wait for them to offer cloud RAM. Yeah, just a matter of time. Rasher, why can't they just ramp up production? Apparently it just takes a long time to do it. I don't know the ins and outs of it. Apparently it's not like a 3D printer where you've kind of got the machinery in place and you just tell it to print something else. It isn't as kind of simple as that. I thought it kind of would be, but apparently no, there's more to it. There's a completely different process. The node sizes are different. So it's basically whole new machinery. I don't know how it works, but I'm guessing that makes some sort of sense. Dave, shut up. Shh.
Come here, you little monkey.
Greg says, AI agents on courier companies blow chunks. AI agents in general are useless. There's very few that actually help. I must say though, having said that, there have been quite a few good times that I've had. That sounds wrong. I've had a reasonable experience with AI agents on Amazon. As a Prime customer, there's things which aren't always obvious how to sort out, and using the AI agents, actually in quite a few instances, have come out actually rather well. So their loss, possibly my gain there, but that is pretty much a rare outlier. Most of the time, like I've actually been dealing with Wix, the website company, this week, and their AI chat is horrendous. Like almost to the point of not understanding just simple words, like yes or no. Oh dear. Anyway, moving on. iRolfman says the Earth is flat and we only see one side of the moon. I know. That's a funny one actually. Someone asked me about that the other day, and I was trying to explain how it kind of works, and it's because the magnetic forces, from what I can tell, and that is why we only see one part of the moon, because that side is the most kind of magnetic and it's kind of stuck looking at us. So imagine a piece of imagine a massive rope, and you're in, I don't know, you're just outside of the Earth's atmosphere, and you chuck that rope at the moon, and it lands on the moon. You pull it tight, so the Earth keeps on spinning, but you're just outside of it, the atmosphere, and yeah, that's why it's looking at us apparently. Or other than that, that is how the aliens that put it there planned it, and that's how they shine their light on us. Who knows? I don't know. It certainly is very strange. The moon. It's big as well. Well, it looks big anyway. Yeah, Whopper would like to play a game, says Matthew Day. Scott says AI in the medical field. Yeah, I think for medical research, AI probably has a lot of uses, and it can probably be very helpful. I'm not a massive believer in medical science in general. I think it's become more of a medical industrial complex rather than actually a healthcare system. I think the care word has come out of it quite a lot. I think it's just a health system or a health industry. It's more about ones and zeros and pound signs than it is human beings, I'm sorry to say. Ashley says, I heard the same production staying the same, price goes up, so no dead stock like a couple of years ago when RAM was virtually worthless. Yeah, we have to remember as well, the RAM cartels, for want of a better word, have commonly been known to... Oh, my stream has died. Who'd have thought it? Is that working again? Let's see if that's working. Yes, that has worked. Okay, cool. Yeah, the RAM cartels have been done before now for price fixing and what's the word? Something practices. Basically, not very customer friendly. And like anything, like coffee, like grain, like oil, there are always going to be those types of things happen where they want to maximize profits. The companies are there. They have a legal obligation to make profits for the shareholders. They may not have to be ethically sound reasons, but they are legally obliged to maximize profits for the shareholders. So, yeah, it's going to be one of those things. it gets to the point where they kind of stretch the ethical line as far as they possibly can, and they just kind of wait until they go up against that red line of being illegal or cartels or price fixing or whatever, in which case they just pay the fines, because much like banks and health systems, Pfizer, all those types of things, they just do what they do, and they know at some point they're going to get fined or sued for stuff, but they make so much money that the fines are basically kind of a tiny little slap on the wrist. So they just pay the fines and carry on as usual until they get caught again. And it's just
It's cheaper to pay the fines.
Yeah, the fines are cheaper
Than the profit they make.
than the profit, yeah. You make way much more money on the profit than what you would on the fine, so where is the incentive not to do it? And that's the same for pretty much all companies these days. It's insane. Vivector says, RAM is insane right now. DDR4 is almost impossible to get at the moment. Kav's got 32 gigs of DDR4 in her system. Might have to downgrade that to a 16 gigs and sell those on CX. So then I can afford like a 5090 or something.
You can buy a real Mars bar.
Buy a real Mars bar, not a fun size one or a Aldi cheapo.
Can't even see it named on it. I think that's blurry.
On a flip side note, we will talk about RAM again because it's a very kind of hot topic, unfortunately. But another deal I got this week, I talked about this last week on the show, 850 watts, PCI Express Gen 5.1, ATX 3.1 power supply, fully modular, $19.99. I love this. I think this is great. This is a deal from CCL. I know Dave got some great deals from CCL as well. I didn't do quite so well this year, but yeah, this I think was an absolute corker. Glad I did get something which was great value. I think these are normally $79.99, so yeah, that's incredible.
I just want to say that because they like the username.
Dog Breath says eBay DDR4 deals on Mike's Discord still. There have been a couple, not so many. I'll put the link in the chat, so if any of you do want to use our Discord bot to try and get some deals, you can choose which deals actually you get pinged for. So if you don't want to get all of them, you can just choose which roles on the actual bot, and yeah, if you just want DDR4 or DDR5, just choose the appropriate role and you'll only get pinged for that. You'll still see all of the deals in the list, but you won't get pinged unnecessarily for other items. And we've also actually this week we've added some new categories. So we've now got AIOs, those have actually been included, and also power supplies, because power supplies we didn't have on there before for various reasons, which I won't go into because it's technical and I don't understand it. But now power supplies are on there, so we've got Corsair power supplies, MSI power supplies, Be Quiet power supplies, I think, and others will be added shortly. So if you're after a new power supply, you probably won't get a deal quite as good as this one. But saying that, I have noticed there were a couple of Corsair RM750s for about 30 quid that popped up either today or yesterday. So there are some good deals on there. Definitely some good deals. So do take advantage of the bot. I will say, in full disclosure, the bot is an affiliate bot. So if you click on the links in the bot, we do get a small commission from purchases. It does not cost you anything more. And in fact, it can save you a lot of money. But in full disclosure, we do make a small commission from purchases made. So if you use it, it does help out the channel. If you want to do that, that's entirely up to you. All of the links that you click on, every single link says that it is an affiliated link as well.
As an eBay partner, I may be compensated if you make a purchase.
There you go. Yeah, so
on
there, it's all listed on there. So you've got the price, the vendor details, feedback, ratings, all that kind of stuff. So if you want to check it out, you're more than welcome to. Andy Hart, thank you for the £5 super chat. Much appreciated. The question being is the RX 6400 still a decent GPU for a small Optiplex 3020? It's a hard one to answer that, to be honest with you. In the context of the PC that it's going into, yes, it's absolutely fine, and probably you can pick it up for reasonable money as well. In the context of the wider market, the RX 6400 isn't a particularly strong graphics card, but again, in the context of what it's actually going into, For mini PCs, mini ITX PCs, very, very small form factor PCs, it's fine, but you're not going to get a lot of gameplay out of it. You will be able to play some games at very low resolutions and very low FPS, but it's better than nothing at all.
Skystalker's a bit worried about your system in that against you.
Well, this one, it's not going to my system. I'm going to sell this to some sucker. I wouldn't use that on my own.
It's not a cheap one though, isn't it?
No, it's not a cheap one. No, it's a good one. It's literally, it's a gold rated.
You just got it on a...
800, it's supposed to be 80 quid or whatever. And I got it as a Black Friday deal from CCL for 20 quid. So it's a good power supply. It's brand spanking new. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a proper retail power supply. And actually, I did have the 750 watt version of this on the channel recently. That was the V1 version, which didn't have the PCI Express Gen 5. So this is the newer, upgraded version. But yeah, no, it is absolutely fine. I would use this on my own computer. If I had a Gigabyte motherboard in my PC, I would use a Gigabyte power supply. But I don't at the moment, so I haven't.
Mark Gaines?
I'm going to get rid of that off the table. Mark Gaines. What's Mark Gaines asking? Mark Gaines asked some interesting questions, I must say. Mike, are you going to put the Lian Li PSU into a build? I haven't done with the RS1200, the one that off the video that went out yesterday. That is kind of earmarked for somebody already. Colin Hilton, long-time friend and member of our community, has expressed an interest in it. So we'll be working something out with him for that. And he actually has a full Lian Li ecosystem in his PC. So yeah, that'll work out really well for him, especially with that RS hub, which is kind of nuts. Having said that, in my video editing PC, which is up there, which is in the Lian Li V100, I am using the SX1000 power supply in there, as I think I showed in the video. I'm not sure if I did or not. I think I just did a review. Maybe did I show it? Can't remember. Anyway, but yeah, the SX1000 is in my everyday video editing PC, and it's been very good. And in fact, later on in the stream, I will be getting that down to upgrade the graphics card, because my graphics card's got to come out and I've got to go with an AMD graphics card in my PC for a while. I'm doing a bit of a challenge to see if I can get away with using an AMD graphics card in my video editing PC for work, which I don't fancy doing.
No, I don't, because you get so moody.
I do get pissy as hell. But it's something that I've been meaning to do for a long time, and the 7800 XT, sorry, the 9070 XT is pretty much kind of almost identical to the RTX 4080 or 4080 Super, kind of, roughly.
Stop.
David,
Go and use your post.
He's a bad boy, scratching this stuff. I tell you what, if you're looking for a gaming chair, and I'm not just saying this because they've sent us one for review, but if you're after a gaming chair and you've got cats which scratch the bejesus out of everything, the Boolage chair, the Master, has been great. It's the fabric chair. The cats, we've got 6 cats, and they scratch the bejesus out of that chair, especially like when we're not in the room, I guess, when we're asleep. They probably do it like mad, don't they?
They probably.
Can you see any skags in it?
Not really.
And we've had that chair is what, 3 years old now, if not more?
It's newer. It's older than the one I've just got rid of, because it
replaced
the foam.
Yeah. So very good, very cat resistant.
I've had a couple of pulls, haven't I, that I've had to thread back through, but very rare. And they don't make a hole or anything, do they? But
Bikeman AMD R7 says, I would be nervous of using a Gigabyte power supply, but I guess nothing wrong with it otherwise. Yeah, that is the thing. It's like ASRock boards. Now, obviously, ASRock motherboards, on the whole, are generally fine. But because ASRock motherboards have been burning through X3D chips like me through a chocolate factory, it's very difficult to recommend anybody at the moment to buy an ASRock motherboard, which is bizarre, because when it comes to Gigabyte, it was only one specific model number which was problematic, but the entire brand was sullied by it. Whereas with ASRock, it's kind of almost all of their boards are having problems with X3D chips. So it would be easier to say, right, never buy an ASRock again. That might happen for some people, I don't know. Let me know, have any of you got an ASRock motherboard with an X3D processor, and are you bricking it right now? Now that I've just said that. Wolfman, would you buy an ASRock motherboard if it came with free RAM? Have I got to keep the board?
The gentleman bad boys.
Gentleman bad boy, if you show the chair to show off the chair to your right again, you can show under the seat part. Oh god, what was that? Bad boy. If you show off the chair to right again, you can show under the seat to confirm what I asked about in Discord other day, please. Thanks, Mike and Kath. What was it you wanted to see? You want to see underneath the chair? Well, the mounting holes. I will see if I can. If I can. Don't know if I can lift it actually.
So I hold the table.
Hold
the camera safe.
Hold the table, the camera, and my ball bags, because this could get messy.
You don't realise how heavy these things are.
Just the bolting, mounting. I don't know how I'm going to show this. This is not going to be good in so many ways.
Push your desk in, maybe.
Yeah.
I would lift it up here and then swivel it around. On this.
I need to see upside down now.
Yeah, but can't you lift it sideways up like that? But from this side and around. Oh, that table thing's falling out now. Ow!
Sorry. Did I get you?
Yeah.
Sorry. Badly?
No. This hurts.
Sorry. I injured calf then. You have to pay extra now.
Blood.
Let's see if I can get underneath the camera. Right. Overhead.
Whacked it down on top of that graphics card as well. Because it's between the chair and the graphics card. Look
Oh,
at
did
my
I?
finger. My thumb.
So look. Sorry.
Numb.
Blame that person. Oh, they can't even see it now anyway. Is that what you wanted to see? That looks the same as my Secret Lab. Sorry, Kath.
It's okay.
Mike's in trouble now. No tea for you. Yeah, I didn't drop it on any RAM.
Only a graphics card on my thumb.
Right. Before I move this now, are you happy? Can I move this? Is there any more? Is there any further questions, Your Honour? Thanks, Mike. No worries. Right.
Lucky I was holding that camera. I reckon you'd knock that all off.
Would I? Oh, what? Because the seat, the thing,
Footrest. I was trying to put
the
it
footrest on this thing is a pain in the ass. It's really handy, but when you're actually trying to navigate the chair around, it's
when you're trying to lift it upside down on your desk.
yeah. I need to look like a toggle latch in it to stop it from popping out by itself.
Well,
That sounded wrong, didn't it? Oh dear. Right, there we go. Oh, let's put that thing back. Stay there. Or there. That'll do. Right. Oh, I forgot my mouse. Have you had a gaming chair past 6 years and how it functioned? No. I've never owned a gaming chair for that long yet. Sky
This
says,
one must be knocking it though.
let me have a look. I'll see when the review went out.
Must be coming near to it.
Let's have a look. Content.
I think it's only probably 4 or 3.
Where's the bloody search bar gone? I hate YouTube these days.
Everything is.
There
just
should be
hard
a
as hell.
there should be a thing there for saying search.
I'll do it. Boolies.
Boolies. Yeah, have a look, see when it is. We'll have a look. Hit the like button, says Tony Beckett. Thank you, Tony Beckett. That sounds like a great idea. You should definitely do that. David Ono says I'm using MSI exclusive. No worries about using ASRock. Thoughts on the Dynex chairs? I liked it. I gave it to Ugly Bob, so I think he was very happy with it.
We'll never know now.
Yeah, we'll never know.
2022 it was.
So 2022, we got the Bootless Master
In September.
in September. So what's that?
I think we had it before that.
3.5 years.
It took you a long time to do the review, to be fair. Well, you didn't even do a review. You showed that to build it.
Did the build, yeah. And I only did that about a week after. No, yeah, it's probably about a week or two after I got it.
And you were a bit scared.
Yeah, it was sweaty as hell, wasn't it? David Underhill says, yeah, it's true. I only use one brand of chair, kitchen chair. Viali says, my chair cost me about 130 quid. It's 7 years old and used every day. I actually really fancy trying one of the Corsair chairs. Corsair do one for about 130 quid, which looks like pretty decent.
Oh, George had, what was his? Noble's.
Noble chair, that died. What's the one he had before that?
He had that Marcus, didn't he?
Oh yeah, yeah. He had an IKEA Marcus, which lasted for a long, long time. Then he had the Noble chair, the Noble chair Hero, and yeah, actually one of the legs snapped. The rest of it fell apart. The stitching fell apart.
Leather wore out.
The leather wore through. Yeah, the Noble chair was possibly, I would argue, one of the worst wearing chairs I've ever used. Didn't do well at all. It did for like the first probably 6 months or so.
And it's not like the cats go in there. So
yeah, cats never go in there.
Occasionally they'd sit on it and that was it.
It was just him using it, but yeah, it didn't work. Okay. John says, I don't understand the hate for ASRock personally. I've had no issues with any board manufacturers. Any issues I've had have been self-inflicted. Yeah, I think it's, like I said, it's basically the same as the Gigabyte power supply. Like, it was big, it was hyped up that this specific model was problematic and blew up, etc. And obviously Gamers Nexus built a channel on it almost. And a lot of tech review sites have done the same for the ASRock X3D thing. It's a concern for a lot of people. And we still don't appear to be anywhere closer to working out what the actual problem is. So it is a little bit of a worry, especially like you imagine now if you're spending a lot of money on a system, especially for the RAM, and you're putting a nice kind of 9800 X3D processor on your ASRock board, maybe a Tai Chi or whatever it is, you're spending, that's like a decent chunk of cash for all that. You're looking, I don't know, well over £1,000 just for the motherboard, processor and RAM, maybe even more than that. So to have any doubts that your motherboard may fry your CPU at some point, like if it's not your primary system and you've got plenty of cash and you don't mind swapping out parts, then like, yeah, it's not the end of the world. But if you're like most people where you've scraped up and saved enough money to get it for your Christmas present or whatever you've saved up to buy it from a PC manufacturer or something, you're not going to have spares on hand. So I wouldn't buy an ASRock board at the moment, personally, myself. And actually, for that reason, I haven't. And you haven't seen any on the channel, because I can't wholeheartedly recommend buying a product which, at the moment, there's like a real grey area over it. And they don't seem to want to address. And I think coming up for, if we come up to CES this year, that'll be the second year that they still haven't rectified the fault. Because the fault was found way before CES last year. Steve Burke actually did an interview with ASRock's chief of engineering, I think it was, or someone, and yeah, they promised they'd fix it, and they still haven't.
Gamers Nexus actually pushed that Gigabyte PSU beyond its limit, as you were talking about.
Oh yeah, yeah. The thing is that the power supply thing, again, pushing it past their limit. Power supplies are designed to be pushed past their limit, especially the new ATX 3.1 standard is designed to have very small deviations over the power limit. So, but for like milliseconds, not for extended periods. So it was a little bit disingenuous. I'll be honest with you, what they did, and I'm surprised there wasn't more backlash about that. But that's tech news. Geordie LaForgery, I'll tell you a secret, just get a normal office chair rated for operator 24/7. These chairs are made for comfort and reliability. Yeah, that's a very good point. Have I missed any questions there? Don't think I have. Okay, right. Let's get the PC out and have a look and see see what we can do with this PC. I'm looking for your input here because it won't sell. And you'd think at the moment when the RAM is worth, well, getting on for 200 quid, the rest of the PC should sell easily. But it don't want to. Please do talk amongst yourselves. Oh, will I struggle? Don't worry about me. This is actually heavier than the chair. It might. It shouldn't, but it might. Right then.
Thinking of upgrading the chairs to the dining room chair. Our dining room chairs are very, very uncomfortable.
Yeah, our dining room chairs would break your asshole in two.
They hold back.
Our dining room chairs are awful. We did use them. I used to use 3 of them and just lie out across them. That was the only way I could. Kath could have the other one from the set 4. Actually, while I'm thinking about it, I might make some modifications to this PC while I'm at it. I did find as well, some of you remember, I changed the fans out in this PC for the, what were they? What brand was it? It wasn't Antec. Was it? Oh yeah, the Antec fans. I think it was. And they're a little bit too thick, and they rub on the bloody the filter. Which again, actually, some of you who watched the stream will probably remember us doing that.
Vector says, just installed my Sparkle A770. And this is the second stream I'm watching on it.
Hey, we are privileged. Thank you. Sparkle A770. I like the Sparkle A770s, but other than them being blue, I get it because it's Intel, but I don't know. I wasn't keen on the blue. Okay. So, here is the PC.
Bob's probably shouting at the screen.
Yeah.
With no
Oh,
voice.
Victor's, mine is white. Excellent, good. So this is the PC. It's a pretty straightforward affair, as you can see inside. Or at least hopefully you can do. So white PC case, RGB fans up the front. Inside we've got a Ryzen 5 7500F. We've got a Gigabyte B650 Eagle AX. RAM is 2 sticks of Crucial OC Pro whatever RAM. The GPU is the Intel Arc. And like, I feel that this is a reasonably nice PC. Now, in fairness, I have listed this for what I was told to list it for, which is a reasonably fair price. So I've listed this as being £725. Originally I put it for £750. I put it down to £725 about a week ago. And I've not had a single message. Not even a typical, like, is this still available? Literally nothing, zilch, nada. So clearly there is something about this PC which is just turning people off. Now, it could have been the pictures that I took. That is possible, because the pictures weren't great. But I feel there might be more to it. And I think, well, my thoughts are either someone just doesn't like this case, which I find quite hard to believe because it's not an offensive case in any way, shape or form. It's actually very nice and clean looking. But the graphics card, I think that is the key problem.
That's what Dutch John said, oh, it was the PC with the wrong colour card.
Yeah.
No, wrong colour cooler, sorry.
Wrong colour cooler. Yeah, it's there's all sorts of wrong about this, and there's various ways. I'm trying to work out in my head what to do. I know what the easiest solution to do is just change the graphics card, but at the
CPU and cooler wrong colour.
yeah, I'm thinking that changing the graphics card might do the trick, because it'll make it look more impressive. It will be a known quantity, and actually I could then reduce the price of the PC by about £100.
David Underhill says maybe people don't have spare money to buy PCs at present. But Christmas coming up with the kids.
Christmas is coming up with kids. This time of year now normally is mental for PCs. I sold one this week.
You had order for 2 last year, didn't you?
Yeah, I had order for 2 last year plus another. I did 3, didn't I, last Christmas?
More, yeah.
Of ones that I had to build. Yeah, last minute ones. So yeah, it's just really weird. So I don't know. This is priced at the moment with the RAM being £80. That was the pricing. Actually, I think I got it on the... No, I haven't. I've got taken it off the wall. Normally I have my price list up, but I've priced this with the RAM as being $89.99. So I've done it all at the kind of the prices that I've actually paid for this, rather than the inflated prices, to keep things kind of a little bit more on the level. So yeah, graphics card. Now the choices I've got: do I try to hide the graphics card a little bit by putting a white graphics card in? Because I have got a RTX 3070 12 gig, but it's a tiny little tiddler of a card, so it's going to look a bit lost in there. Or I put in the RTX 3060, the tough gaming one, which I think might give it a better chance of selling. Another option, which I'm less keen on doing, but I might have to, is to use a different case altogether. Use a black case, which makes more sense with a black graphics card, a black motherboard, etc. And rebuild it like that. But then that means I've got to use a more expensive case and potentially, possibly even a water cooler to make it look a bit nicer. So that is going to increase the price, which if you're buying a 7500F system, I don't think many people are going to want to do that.
Rick H says, Mike, send me the ARC GPU, you have my address.
I would love to. I'm gonna...
That woman down the post office would be.
Yeah, the woman down the post office would be right up her ass about that.
She was really cheerful for the first time ever, telling him to go to a different store.
Yeah, that's the most friendly. I think she must think I'm from like the post office police or something. Anyway, so I'm gonna take this graphics card out in a minute, and I'm gonna try a couple of different options, and we'll just see if it looks any better in general. I really regret getting these cases now. We are going to be doing a giveaway for one of them as well, because Colin Hilton, bless him, actually did provide one of these cases for us to do a giveaway on. So we will be doing a giveaway on one of these cases. Probably going to do it after Christmas now, because of the way time is going at the moment. It seems to be flying by. And rather than get caught up with all the Christmas craziness, I think it might be a little bit better just to...
There's no strikes or anything at the moment. Usually they do strikes, don't they?
Yeah. Let's get some more light on the go. Oh, I forgot this has got the nice big GPU release mechanism. Very nice.
What is the case?
So the case is a Be Quiet 501 Air... Pure Base 501 from Be Quiet.
Why do you regret buying the case?
Because it's white. I think if I'd have got the black ones, I would have been much happier. But the black ones, at the time of purchasing, were more expensive, so...
Get a £5
yeah.
sticky...
Get some sticky back plastic on it.
RGB LED strip on top of the GPU, guaranteed sale.
Yeah, you're probably right, actually. That is the sort of way that it works, isn't it? So, let's see. I think...
More like made it whiter. I didn't think that was possible. It is, even the case itself is like miscoloured, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
like the metal bit there, but the top bit and the front bit's more yellow, it looks.
yeah, the plastics are a little bit more yellow, and that top strip there seems a bit yellower than that. It's hard to tell in this lighting. In normal everyday light, it looks fine, but yeah, I think that I don't know. Yeah.
Your day job.
Yeah, a rattle can. The thing is, if I could get a nice enough finish on this, I probably would paint it, but it's just, it really isn't worth it. And unfortunately, the company that I bought these from wasn't Amazon, so it's very difficult to return the cases. Otherwise, I think I would have done. And the thing is, they're nice quality cases. You've got like, even got sound deadening in them, which I haven't seen sound deadening in a PC case for, well, forever almost. I think the last Be Quiet I had, the 500 had it, and before that it would have been like the Fractal Define F or G or whatever it was. So you don't get it very often.
Get a sticky note and write GeForce RTX on the Intel card.
Yeah.
Martin asks, is the thermal take MagFlow 360 Ultra a good AIO?
It is, but I don't know whether I would justify buying one myself. They are very expensive for what they are, but they are nice.
I see GPU sag. I hate sag.
We can rectify a bit of sag. Get some sagaloo. Can I get that cable through there far enough? Yes, I can. Oh, balls. Boulays. I've put it in the wrong way. Twist it round. There we go.
This way up says Be Quiet cases are really nice, built in a few.
It's, yeah, to be fair, it's a nice case, and my problem is I went for the wrong colour.
And
3 times. There you go. I think, does that look more impressive now? Oh, actually, before I put that on, so that is one option. The other option is a white card. Well, I've got another option as well, which is another white card, but it's a 4070 Super, in which case then it's going to take the price into the stratosphere. So it's if I put a 4070 Super in there, it would be, it's going to be like 900 quid.
Main issue is the black.
Oh, actually, I just realised that is black anyway, that graphics card. So, yeah, that rules that out of the thing anyway. So, yeah. I could have swore that was a white card. Just because it's got a white box, I suppose, doesn't mean it's a white card, but... God damn it, misleading me. With their white boxes and black writing.
Have you never got it out of there before?
Yeah, I've actually used it. Like, I thought it was white.
Your memory is terrible, Ben.
I know. God. I got too many things going around my head. My head is like a sieve.
You need to grow your hair. You're making these sieve holes.
Making what?
Sieve holes.
Oh, God. So, yeah, the other option is the 4070 Super. Which I don't really want to sell. Because I've got a really nice motherboard to go with this. But I think if I put it in there, it would look amazing. But this owes me at least sort of 450, 500 quid. And even with the best will in the world, I don't think this PC with this graphics card would sell for... Let me think. So this is at 725 at the moment.
Not with that motherboard.
The PC is 725, which I probably put a bit on that anyway. So say 700, take off 250 for the GPU, so that takes it down to what, 450. Yeah, 450.
Maybe black cooler and leave the rest.
So 450. If I could do this for 450, so yeah, 900 PC. Do you think anyone's going to pay £900 for this? I don't think they would. I think I'd feel bad asking for that sort of money.
If you had a white GPU, you need a white Mobo.
Yeah, true. I think we'll stick with the black in there at the moment. I actually forgot I had that graphics card in there as well.
Oh, I should have said chef. My better half has the black TI and he's done a spelling mistake, which is so good for him. Supper, because he's a chef, isn't he?
Oh yeah.
Version of that, but he knows he's done it because he put super in it.
The TI supper.
I love that because he's a chef.
So Viali says that is good.
Leave it. It should.
Cool Cat, how you doing, Cool Cat?
Black cooler and cables.
Black cooler and cables.
Yeah, you've got a bit too much white on that front bit, haven't you? If you're doing it black, do it black. It's not.
I don't really have a black cooler.
And you can't really get rid of that white one anywhere else.
Yeah.
Is that what the thought is?
Sort of, yeah.
Just put it up for sale, £900.
Thing is, if I change the cooler, what am I going to change the cooler for? If I change it...
£900 for RAM, comes with free case GPU, motherboard and CPU.
That's good. Right, sod it. I'm going to leave it like that, with that in there. I think that actually looks better. Just because it says GeForce.
Wolfman, I think the white case looks a bit bland.
It is a bit. The thing is, it is a nice case, but it's not really a gaming case, I don't think. It kind of is and it kind of isn't. But it's definitely showing its age a little bit. And the fans have yellowed so much. I almost want to take the fans out and just put something else in there altogether.
Different fans in, they rub.
Yeah. See, if I put different fans in, that makes another problem that I then need an RGB hub. So it's like I'm just trading one problem for another all the time. I think I might just leave it like as it is now, with that GPU in there.
This PC
yeah,
won't sell.
This PC won't sell again. Part 3.
And Dutch Jan wondered, did he make it clear that they don't like the white cooler?
Yeah, I think I noticed that. Yeah. Thanks, Jan.
I don't know why, but the case just looks cheap.
It was. There's a good reason for that. Oh, great. Now my CPU bracket isn't big enough either. Actually, it's not sagging too bad, sod it. GPU bracket, sorry. Oh, leave me alone.
Even I spotted that one.
I know.
Try selling it like that. If not, reconfigure
yeah.
and try again.
We'll try this and see how it goes.
You get a white GPU holder.
I got a 3D printer upstairs, so I can just print out a 3D doodah holder. That'll be alright. I'll figure it out. But I don't want to start buying more stuff.
Yellowing happens to all white cases. My Lian Li Langcool case ended up looking like a sunflower. David Underhill, advertise it as this PC won't sell. Prove me wrong.
Yeah. I might try it, actually. I'll list it. 32 gigs of RAM with free PC. I like the idea of that. That sounded good.
Thanks anyway up.
Yeah.
No, sorry, this way up, not any. The cooler is the odd one out, possibly.
Yeah. When it's lit up, it actually looks alright. Because it diffuses a lot of light. It does make it look nicer, I think. But, yeah, the cooler might be problematic. The thing is, it's designed to be a cheap PC. And now I can sell this for £600. £600 for this is a cracking deal. It's not sagging too bad in the sag. It's alright, I got derpy eyes, I can't see the sag.
Put a big sticker on the side, gaming in big letter. You could get us a number plate letters tomorrow.
Oh, that's true.
Stick them on, gaming.
For £600, this is a cracking PC. I don't care what anyone says. Fred likes the case. Thanks, Fred. I appreciate you.
Use buzzwords like gaming and Fortnite.
Great for AI. Actually, saying that, that's not even a lie.
I wonder if those AI ROM scouts have come and go through Facebook.
Yeah. I might do that, yeah. AI PC, also suitable for gaming. Right. So there's one and done. Chuck that back in there. Chuck in the Mike's Unboxing air freshener. Keep it all very fragrant in there, which isn't hardly opened. Right, let's get rid of that one, and then we'll get on to my one.
PC World Carrier is £900 right now.
Yeah. Well, actually, on the plus side, I get to put another graphics card underneath my desk. Yay!
Just back from a phone call from my nephew in Wales. Has that PC got DDR5?
Yes, it has.
Tell him it's Rasher.
Rasher, yes.
Tell him how you can advertise it.
How am I going to advertise it? It's going to be AI PC with 32 gigs of RAM. Comes with free computer. Or completely wrong. You should do it. I'm not very good at all this, Lark.
Oh, you're sweet.
It's been a long time.
You did well, perhaps. It's the thought that counts.
Yeah. Honestly, even though this PC hasn't sold,
As featured on YouTube.
changing out this graphics card and reducing the price, I would imagine that'll be sold by the end of the week. But I am tempted to do one of those things. This PC won't sell, prove me wrong.
Oh, Viale.
What?
When it comes from Viale, it's kind of nice.
I do like the PC behind you, Mike. It's one of the best looking PCs I've ever seen. Oh, that is very kind of you.
Background of your videos.
Yeah.
He didn't have. Oh, that's really nice, isn't it?
The PC behind me. Yeah, the Mac is a beautiful piece of kit. Apple have done a very good job on the design on that. I think no one would argue
if we have
that.
to move over to the Apple, does that mean we can get rid of all that and put a cat wall up so they can see the cats jumping around?
No.
Oh, that would be so much cooler. That's really Bristolian.
Yeah.
Cooler.
Are you flogging the Arc separately? Yeah, if someone wants to pay for it, I would do. I have been tempted to keep it, but I've got no real need for it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
This Intel Arc has had so much airtime, but yet so little use. It's ridiculous. I think if it was like a camera and it had like a shutter count. Yeah. It does. It goes in every PC I try and sell. I install Windows on it. I get it all ready, take some pictures, and then it doesn't sell. Sky says, if you say the prove me wrong line, people will lowball you. People will lowball me anyway, because it's just life.
Do they?
No.
Most of them don't.
Yeah, that's no. Sometimes it's really good.
Don't manifest
The
that.
initial offers are bad. Mac anything is shite lol. But can your Mac do this? Can your PC do this? It just makes a nice noise when you turn it on.
What, that noise?
Yeah. That's much better than a BIOS beep, isn't it? And listen to the noise of it. Listen to how loud it is. And it's got 16 gigs of RAM.
It's got no lights on it, I can give you that.
It's got one LED on the front to say it's on.
That's much more manageable.
The Mac Mini is a work of art. I don't care what anyone says, the Mac Mini M4 is arguably the best computer on the market for the money. It is very, very powerful.
Does it chop wood?
Jamie says, what sort of price would you be looking for it, Mike? I don't know. I paid, I think I paid $289. I think they go for about $250 now, so I would ideally be looking to make back as much as that as I can. How much is a Mac Mini? Actually, a Mac Mini, I paid 589 for that, I think. They were supposed to be 599, but I got £10 off for some reason. Those have been available recently on Black Friday deals for as low as 529, which is an absolute insane amount of computer for the money.
Ripped it off.
Ripped off. They do really sip power, like insanely so. They use so little power. It's just not. It's not even funny.
The hub for it is cool.
Yeah, the hub's awesome. Because that is a downside of them. You really, I suppose you should take into account a price of buying a hub, because there's no USB-A's on there at all, which is a real nose. And also, if you want to add extra storage, you kind of need to put something in a hub. But the hub itself is about £50. But that you can put in an M.2 drive, you can put in all your HDMI's, you can put in SD cards, USB 2s, USB 3s, etc.
And you can actually reach the power button.
Yeah, and it helps you reach the power button, which is in this stupid place. Oh, and it plays Football Manager 26 like a beast, apparently. KPJ, I want to sell my old computer, but no idea what to ask. 5800X3D, X570 Carbon, nice board. 4TB EVGA, 4TB storage, I guess that would be. 3070, 32 gigs of RAM. Honestly, I have no idea. The 5800, I suppose, is worth, what, 130-ish now, I suppose. The motherboard's probably good for another 100, 150.
So what, 100?
Say 130 to be kind of somewhere in the middle. 4TB of storage. If that's NVMe, it's going to be like 200 quid, I suppose. Graphics card, probably about another 3070 Ti. What they go for now? About 275. And 32 gigs of RAM.
6,000.
Oh yeah, £1 million. A reasonable price for 32 gigs of RAM, I suppose, is going to be somewhere around the. I think 16 gigs is you're normally looking about 40 to 50. So 32, say 100 to be fair. And what's that work out to be?
835.
So about 800 quid. Thereabouts, depending on what other stuff you've got in there. So yeah, around about 800 quid, I suppose you could ask for that. You probably wouldn't get it, but you can ask for it. KPJ's also going to be about to build a new Tomahawk back connect. Also, I would love a Tomahawk back connect motherboard. Yeah, that would, for me, that would be like awesome. A Tomahawk X850, sorry, B850 or X870 would be ace. Uh, 5800 X3D or 300 quidish, yeah, but no one in their right mind is paying that for a 5800 X3D. You'd have to be clinically brain dead to pay that much, even if it's Canadian rupees. Like a 5800 X3D, if you're buying one brand new from AliExpress, I think 150 is the most I would ever consider, and that I would be like, ugh. Because you can get a 7500F, which is basically the same performance, for like 80 quid, 90 quid.
Babe.
Hello.
We spoke out, didn't we? We had branded chocolate.
Yeah, branded chocolate this week. Actual Turkish delight from the good people at Fry's, which is Cadbury now, is it? Fry's Cadbury?
Bit thinks. I don't know.
Yeah, it is Cadbury.
Which is black rock, really, isn't it?
Romaz says, I think 800 is very low. It is, but it's kind of not at the same time. The thing is, when you're selling a second-hand PC, especially one where like a 5000 series processor, even if you just bought it this year, is still like a 2.5-year-old processor. And with that comes the kind of the association that it's old, dead stuff. Like AM4 isn't really sold now. Not in any proper numbers. Rasher says Victoria's Secret and Smith & Wesson are merging. The new company is Titty Titty Bang Bang. God's sake. Right, I'm going to grab my PC and hopefully not smash it to pieces and hopefully not break anything. I hate getting my PC down because there is so much crap in the way and so much stuff plugged in. I do need to figure out some kind of USB hub, but I think it has to be a Thunderbolt hub to get the bandwidth. It'll become clear in a minute when I get the PC down. Actually, probably won't, but I say it anyway. Unplug those and those. Actually, how many USBs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got 6 USB devices plugged in, which seems like way too many. Oh, I'm gonna regret this. Sorry, keyboard and mouse.
That's alright. I didn't get the skin off that.
Didn't mean it was going to get hotter in there.
It's you. It's about right. I'm not cold.
Some cars on there. So there we go. There is the beast.
What temperature is that? Can you answer Carrie as well?
The temperature is 22.7.
That's about right, isn't it?
Can I answer who?
Harry.
Harry. Hi, Mike. In terms of quiet computing, do you have any info on the relatively new Arctic? I don't, sorry. But apparently they're excellent until you get them to high RPMs. We will be getting some in the new year or before the end of the year.
Markings? Sorry.
Just take off my glass panels. We won't be needing those. Ah! Holy fuck!
What have you done?
Just dropped my glass.
Don't even worry now. I used to cringe every time you put glass anywhere because you were always...
Always breaking something, aren't I?
No, you aren't breaking it, but you want to put it somewhere where it would like you to get broken. It made me cringe, but now I just don't care.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was wondering, why have I got that box there? Because I knew I need to put that bag back in there. And another power supply. Don't need that. Sorry, I just need to get my my box out of my other box. So, what do I need in here? That one there. So, that one's going. And that one's going in.
Can you do markings before you get too far into it?
Alright, hang on. Mark Gaines, where is he? Mark Gaines. I can't see. Where is it? Was it? Mark Gaines, Mike, how much do you think my Sapphire 7700X Frostpunk edition is worth? I have no idea. It's weird. The 7700XT is probably worth like a decent chunk, but because you got the special edition, it kind of changes things quite a bit. So yeah, I honestly don't know. I wouldn't even know where to start thinking about pricing that. Like with anything, I suppose, that is collectible, it's ultimately going to be down to the whoever wants it, whoever's collecting it. Because if they are a collector, they would be willing to pay for it because of its rarity. No, I'm right. Right. So I've got my power supply box because I need 3 cables for this. Needs more RGB to sell. This one. This is my my video editing PC, which doesn't really often see the light of day other than, well, it's on top of my desk, and it does look amazing when it's all lit up. It's a little bit dusty, but considering there's no actual physical dust filters on this case,
And the cat sleep behind it.
and a cat sleep behind it, it's actually like pretty clean.
It is OTC and very long frame.
Right, so apparently, if I remember rightly from the review, there are 3 PCIe plugs. That looks like one. That is another. And that should be... that is the other. Excellent. First time. So, there are some cable combs. Oh, no, cable combs are on there.
To be honest, I do well with RX 970 SG.
That,
9070.
that is what we got. That is the intention is to allow me to video edit without having to have this monster in there. And also I want to do some things like some power observations, because I know what this kind of idles at and how it works. And it does fine, to be honest with you. I don't really need to change it, but
what's the fun in that?
It's NVIDIA, and I would like to try and get away from NVIDIA a little bit if possible. And also it's useful for me because I don't run any AMD cards at the moment, so it's nice to keep in the loop, so to speak. And right, let's see if I can pull that through there. I think the biggest problem I'm going to face with this is actually getting all the cables to come through nicely, because at the moment the PCIe 12 volt connector is kind of a little bit squished in there. And I think getting 3 of the bloody things through is going to be a little bit of a challenge, and I might have to take out the power supply, which I'm not keen on doing. And it is reasonably cable managed in the back, which I will show you. So yeah,
It's a very nice looking case.
it's not an absolute shit show back here. Well, not entirely anyway. It is a nice case. I do like this case a lot. Like, when I do a review and I say about a case and I say, oh yeah, I really like this, if I end up using it in my own PC, you can tell that I actually genuinely do really like it, because I don't joke about that sort of stuff. Like, if I like it, I like it, and there's kind of all there is to it. But I'm going to have to take out the power supply. See, this would have been the perfect opportunity to put in a rotated power supply, but I'm not going to. This one's staying in here. I don't need 1200 watts of power, so we'll see. 3 cables is a lot. One nice thing about the 12 volt high power connector is a single cable. Yes, that is something which I'm going to miss. I was considering getting the Sapphire Nitro Plus, which actually does use the 12 volt high power. But yeah, it didn't work out. I got that other graphics card extremely cheaply, like stupidly cheap. That so much so that I couldn't not buy it. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. And there is a bit of dust on there. So let's take out the 12 volt high power. If you can see blue, you've done it wrong, as I love saying on the videos for some reason. So yeah, this is the Lianli SX1000P, which is a really nice power supply. But in this case, the one thing about the V100 is the fan mounting is very low. And it's, I wouldn't say it's impossible, but it's very difficult to get decent airflow to your PSU. So if you're using a relatively high wattage system, or a system which is drawing a lot of power, your power supply is going to be spinning away because it's trying to like get rid of all the heat, which it can't very easily. So I mount the power supply fan side up, so the heat naturally can dissipate up through, which helps tremendously. And also there's a little bit of extra kind of positive pressure in this case anyway, so it kind of pushes down through the grills and everywhere, so it just makes it run a little bit better. It's a shame that, I think, for Lianli's pretty much all of their current range actually is my main criticism, that the feet are just too low. That get the V100, the 216, the 217, the 207, 207 digital all suffer from the same thing, where it's just yeah, the feet are just too small.
Whereas Cass PC, it's inside my desk where it belongs.
Yeah.
Because I don't keep taking it out and messing with it. Ever.
No, CAF's PC is still running on a Ryzen 2600, as supplied by Wellybob, and also the graphics card from William Bodie, which is the 1066 gig. And honestly, I keep on trying to upgrade it. I keep on saying to her, "Oh, we'll upgrade your PC." It's like, nope, not touching it.
You haven't got any stealthy black fans for me then, have you?
I have no. I've got a load of stealthy black fans. If you want black fans,
I want no lights in it.
yeah. If you want no lights, I've got loads up there. I've got all the thermal tape tough fans.
You can update all my fans then.
Okay. Update your OnlyFans.
They aren't my only fans, to be fair.
Right. So, I do like this actually. That Leanne Lee give you like braided cables, which is totally pointless, really. But it is kind of nice at the same time. But I don't like that the PCIe cables are quite difficult to put together. In actual fact, which way round does that go? Yeah, something like that. So yeah, I'm not overly keen on having like 24 new wires going through my PC case, which kind of sucks. But you know what they say, you can't make an omelette without breaking some eggs, so let's unplug some of this stuff. Shame there isn't actually a bigger hole or bigger opening to pass cables through for the graphics card. Again, that is another very slight...
Sorry, I don't understand.
No one does. That's the beauty of it. No one understands what's going on. Right, I'm going to pass these cables through. Yeah, it would be nice if there was a little bit more room to pass cables through, I think. And in fact, actually, let me grab the graphics card out of there. And then I'll put the other graphics card roughly in situ, so I can work out where the cables are going to need to be. I was trying to grab a part of the case which doesn't exist. Good old case. And again, if you are thinking of getting the Leanne Lee V100, if you are looking also for NAIO, the Thermalright Aqua Elite V3 and V6, the RGB fans are essentially the same. They look identical. So if you do want to kind of go with a whole matching look, then potentially that's a good way of doing it. Considering this has been in there for quite a long time now, it is very, very clean. That is also, again, something which people said about this particular case, saying that, oh, it's you've got no filters on there, it's going to get filthy. It generally doesn't. Like, I very rarely open this case up because of where it actually is. Like, yeah, there's a layer of dust in it, but what PCs don't? And considering where it is, it's kind of up quite high, so it's going to pick up all the kind of the smoke, because we've got a wood burner in there as well. So you'd think it would pick up all that, but it's actually pretty clean.
And the crap behind it, like I said.
Any dust come out then? There's a little bit on there, on the sides, but yeah, hardly enough to warrant being worried about. I'm gonna put that card down. This is typical. I'm gonna end up doing this, and then it's gonna be like time for bed, and I'll be like, I want to play games because I'm a kid. So yeah, the ASUS Prime. This was a bizarre deal on eBay UK, which it came up as on our Discord bot, and it was supposed to be £483, which is already like a really good price, or £486 or something along those lines. And I had it in my basket and I was umming and ahhing, so again I was thinking about getting for the Sapphire one. And I went back in and refreshed the page and it said you've got a 20% voucher. There was like an eBay thing on for 20% off. So it's like, well, that takes it down to £411. For £411, I cannot not buy it. Because that is like, even with the AMD kind of devaluation, which you inevitably get with any AMD card, much more than you do with the NVIDIA ones. But even so, like, it's probably going to be about another year until these start going for like 400 quid. So I was pretty stoked with that. And it is a smaller card as well, so it's going to be less weight. And where is that going to line up? And yeah, typical, the PCIe plugs are going to be just slightly offset from where I need them to be. Flip. Oh well. Come on. Actually, it's quite nice having a smaller GPU. A bit more room for error. Although it won't look as impressive. That 4080 does look impressive. Any questions? No, I put in a 9070 XT. No, I would have liked a 5070, but I don't think I could have coped with the lack of VRAM for what I do anyway, because the video editing, although our videos aren't particularly elaborate, the more RAM you can have for video editing, the better. 16 gigs really, especially if you're doing 4K, which we generally do. Even though it's only 30 FPS, but it is still 4K and it is quite demanding on the system. Chicken fricassee. I need another blanking plate, which I don't know where I put. Hopefully, I put the blanking plate in the motherboard box. That is why I keep the box and all the bits in a box together. So if ever I'm doing any maintenance or upgrades or anything like that, I can generally get my hands on the bits. And please be in here. Ah, yes. Ta-da! Blanking plates. Yeah, that's kind of weird going from a triple slot card down to a dual slot. Not that I suppose size doesn't matter. See if I can prevent any sagging. That's going to sag already, I think. That is a positive thing of a lot of triple slot cards actually have so much kind of, for want of a better word, girth to them that they tend not to sag. Whereas dual slot cards have less frame, so they do tend to sag. Yeah, my PC looks less impressive all of a sudden, which is a bit sad. I have to pour one out for our PC. Okay, so there you go. Duct tape can fix that. Like I have my ASUS Prime with fans at around 550 RPM and ramp up when needed. It keeps it really cool and it's silent. Okay. I'm guessing it's got like the fan stop technology, so they don't spin when they're not needed. Oh, what have I done? Oh, I just realised I attached my microphone to my jumper. Oh dear. Mike's unboxing. Dun, dun, dun. 20, yeah, almost 23 degrees. It's basically tropical.
Just open the window to let the cat in. It went up a degree.
Right, so let's make a mess. So I've got to try and fit through 3 PCIe plugs along here. Which I'm guessing isn't going to be particularly easy. Without bending one of the I/O things, actually.
It's not bored about audio sensor wires.
I don't. I think it's got temperature sensor wires, but I've never plugged them in. I think a lot of boards actually do now. I thought that has dust on that card already, but it's not. It's just a shadow. Right, so I've got all 3 cables through there already. So that was actually a lot less traumatic than I thought it was going to be. Get them in. So I'm going to plug these in and get it all straightened out. I do regret buying a triple connector card though. It does seem like a tragic waste. Ironically, this would actually look much better with a Lian Li strimmer, but I'm not putting one in.
Why do you call it a strimmer?
Or strimer. It's called a strimmer, isn't it? Lian Li strimmer. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Or strimer?
Stripper.
Stripper? So I get those to line up a little bit. You know what's going to happen? I'll get this all looking nice, and then I'll be like, actually, I don't like this card. I'll send it back. Or swap it back. Let's have the other card back in. I can't cope. Fortnite's doing 3 FPS. Okay. Oh, that's a shame. I could have liked that. Could have been glorious. How's that look? It looks all right. La la la, it's all fine. Also, another part of this is the fact that they've made the PSU shroud actually quite difficult to put back in when you have the onboard audio connector. Right, so PCIe, PICE, PICE, or PCI.
2 M's for strimmer. But they're saying the first one might for us English folk. Like Lian Li Weed Whacker.
Lian Li Weed Whacker, that's the badger. Yeah, I don't know. I've heard people call it strimmer or strimer. Does anybody actually really know what it is called?
Stupor.
Lian Li stupor. That's what happens when you work out how much money you've spent on your PC lighting. You fucking hell.
Where's the letter tonight?
Don't know. Have they had storms in the US?
Probably fed up with tech.
Yeah, she's probably teched out. She's tapped out for tech. Right, the power... Oh, bullshit. Fucker. I didn't plug in the power supply.
Oh, nothing major.
No, it could have been worse. We're gonna stay at the YMCA. We're not. Do you like F1, Mike? I prefer F5. F10. Right, get in there, you bloody cables. Get in there and do your job. Do you like Formula? I don't like Formula One now. I've watched it now and then, but yeah, I'm not particularly keen on it. It's a fine sport and it's somewhat of a spectacle, but this can sound really callous, but I don't like it now. It's a lot safer, which sounds like a terrible thing to say, but I think it's one of those things which is actually echoed by a lot of people, that the sport has become like too safe. It's almost like dodgems. I know it's not, and I know obviously it requires an absolutely huge amount of skill to drive a Formula One car. I'm not in any disbelief or doubt about that, but I think it would have been far sight more difficult to drive one in the old days when you had no cruise control, speed assist, ABS, extra power down the straights, whatever the DBR thing is, or whatever. There's some button they can press to go like turbo speeds down the sides. All that kind of stuff is, yeah, it's just like, I don't know. I think it's become way too technical, and probably as well a little bit too much of a big money thing. As soon as you get big money into any sport like that, it gets really corrupted. And I think most people would agree that there has been a few instances where Formula One has looked downright kind of, well, dodgy, to say the least. And it's always like, it's quite boring. I'm not holding back here, am I?
In your opinion?
In my opinion. Yeah, it's just like, it's almost like scale tricks. It's just like, well, yeah, you just keep on going around and around and around and around and around until somebody wins. Or someone falls off the track, which is becoming harder and harder to do. I might have to put a cable tie or something in there.
Turn the mouse mat around.
I can't turn the mouse mat around.
I was told to set it louder.
Because there's a bloody PC on top of it.
Just get the other one out and put it over the top of the PC. Put the other way around.
I'll turn the mouse mat around. The thing is, if I turn the mouse around,
Well, yeah.
when I go to the overhead shot, it's round the wrong way. And you will get upset.
Turn it back before you do the overhead.
See, look. Oh, I can't even see the damn thing. Go see his cats. See? So if I turn it around there, it looks wrong on there.
Maybe you should run it long ways down the middle.
Cat in a box. It's like a dick in a box, but probably less enjoyable for someone.
For someone who receives or gives.
Yeah, I just think I don't really like cats, but
what? No, cat in a box is nice.
I think I like cats more than I like dicks. So this stream's going really out of hand, isn't it?
Oh my.
There we go. My PC. Finished.
Maybe joke them.
Yeah.
Not on the
I'm not keen on these cables. I don't know. I've got some right angle adapters. I don't know if that would make it look better.
I thought it was the way your trousers are.
Yeah. If you've got right angle adapters, no, it's just the way these trousers chafe. Oh, dear Lord. Right, let's put all this nonsense away before I just get myself...
Like there's no one in the room.
Yeah. Stream like there's no one in the room. Well, for the longest time there wasn't anybody in the room.
Sky's still first in there.
Sky was there, but he's Canadian, so he didn't care. He's just happy to go along with it.
And Aletta was there.
Aletta was there.
Snow in Midwest, apparently. Wherever she is.
Yeah, there's a channel that I watched that does like weather reports and stuff, and he keeps on saying, "Oh yeah, it's looking like there's a bad storm on the horizon," and he says it every single day. It's like, you poor bastards in America, you must have absolutely shite weather.
Or they get it wrong like the UK.
Yeah, or it's always wrong.
It's meant to snow overnight on Thursday.
Oh, I don't believe it. You asshole.
They don't know what you're talking about.
Sorry, I'm trying to, right, normally, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, so actually, let me see if I can get it on the overhead camera a little bit. So I tried to put all of my stuff, there you go, you see my box now. So there's my box. So I try and fit all my boxes inside the PC box so that everything is in one place. But the ASUS Prime box is a little bit too high to get the motherboard in as well. So what I end up doing in this situation is I get into a situation of like Tetris with all the boxes. So like, I might be able to put it there. Actually, yeah, I think we're good if that'll fit in there. Yes, it will. Excellent. Sorry.
It's like doing the freezer and the dishwasher.
It is. It's like, yeah, it's like loading the dishwasher or when the shopping comes and filling up your freezer. It's that kind of feeling.
In my last job, she took a photo of the dishwasher after I loaded it because she couldn't believe how much I could get in there.
Yeah, Kath's good at loading a dishwasher, believe it or not.
I think it's the next day when she emptied it.
I think that's everything in the box and there's actually more room. Clearly I've done something wrong somewhere. I'll put all this away.
All that stuff on your chair. Is that all not to go?
No, that is, no, that's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. I did a thing. Oh, my back is giving up. What's that?
Coffee cream?
No, it's just the way these trousers rock.
Better hurry up. They're out of date in Feb 26.
Oh, shit. Shit. Right.
A bit too much chocolate tonight, actually.
Yeah, I'm a bit sweeted out, really. Right, let's put that back under there. Stroof. Getting somewhere now. Now all I need to do is get rid of a NAS. There's a NAS underneath my feet at the moment and it's driving me insane. So if anybody wants a U-Green NAS, the 4-bay one, get in touch because it's pissing me off because I don't use it. And I'll probably never use it, to be honest with you. It was nice to review it and see what it's all about. And it is actually a really good NAS, but I'm so heavily entrenched in the Synology's ecosystem that it's just, I can't really make the switch. As much as I should do. And it is the better NAS, to be honest. But, yeah. Chances are that'll be ending up on the bargains chat or the X review items in the Discord. I don't know why I'm cleaning this. This is absolutely pristine. But there's no dust in this at all. This is a great card. I really, really do like this card. And there's a strong chance it will end up going back in there. I just noticed actually, why is it? Almost all GPUs now have this like 3-bar thing. Have you noticed this on the GPUs? Like 3 holes on a bar at the end of the graphics card. Because that one's got it as well. I've noticed a few like that recently. Like a support bracket. For some support. This card as well was an absolute bargain. Thanks to, oh god, Toge, or Togue, however it's pronounced. Where have I put the little bits for the thing? Oh, I bet they're in the motherboard box. Gosh darn it. Ah!
You got me saying it wrong, man.
You nearly dropped it.
You
Oh no,
right.
they are in here. Toog. Toog? Toog or Tooge? Yeah. Always keep the bits. You never know when you're gonna pass one of these on. You don't want to pass one, it'd hurt. I'd imagine this would be the equivalent of like a kidney stone. Something which I never hope to have. Protect your connectors at their peril. I'm thinking actually, is that PCI Express Gen 5? The ASUS card. Is this Gen 5? No, this is Gen 4, isn't it? I think. I have no idea. I'm getting very confused by the whole situation. Is the 4080 PCIe 4? I guess it must be. Free Speech is Dead says, time to put animals up. See you all next week. Catch you later. So, yeah, 4000 series of Gen 4, and that's Gen 5. So, it has got that going for it. It is a Gen 5 card, which hopefully won't mean I lose one of my M.2 slots. I don't think I will. Does that go in there? It does seem to, but... something about that feels all wrong. Get in there. Yeah, sorry users of headphones. There we go.
I'm so used to any noise because you moan when you're doing the videos of like the cats boxing and stuff, but when you're talking and your stuff, you don't take any notice.
Flipping hell. Getting a sweat on there. Get some Mike's Rebox in. Exactly.
Sweat it out.
Greg says, I just realised that this old office chair I have here is over 25 years old and was about 140 Canadian rupees. There's no way in heck anything these days would last that long. No, you're right.
Everything is rubbish now, isn't it? Skin Job Official. Well, still Staple Hill to be exact.
Skin Job? Where's that? I can't see that. How far up is that?
I live in Dynend, by the way. Staple Hill to be exact.
That must be further up the screen. I can't see that.
At the bottom, 1050.
Uh, 1050. I can't see that.
Can you not? You in live chat?
Yeah. I'm in top chat, not live chat. Sorry. That is my mistake.
Wiped it off now for you, isn't it? Skin Job Official, 1049.
Oh yeah.
1049. I live in Dynend, by the way.
Cool. Feel free to wave out or shout out if you see me in the streets.
Go to Motorman tomorrow.
Yeah. No, don't.
Actually,
Give me more work to do.
Motorman, but I still call it that.
Skin Job.
Because Mike's boss don't like me calling it that.
Skin Job Official. That sounds like a...
Is that a tattoo place?
Yeah. Is that a tattoo place in Staple Hill?
Near the health food shop where it used to be.
That's cool. Someone asked there, how much for the NAS mic? Says old Bob. I don't know. I'd have to look into it. It's got 4 drives in it, so depending if you want the 4 drives that are in there, it's got 4 terabyte Western Digital drives, I think.
You've already met.
Have we?
I know Yellow Supra Boy.
Ah, right. Skin Job. Right, okay. We've already met. So I'm guessing you are... Well, you probably don't want me to say out loud, but do you have a company which repairs motor vehicles?
Otis doesn't.
Actually, yes, Skin Job Official. That makes sense then. Because I think if I'm trying to think. I don't want to give away too much, so I won't say anymore. But I think that is yeah, who it is. Did I provide you with a PCIe cable recently? Bob says, sort out price please, Mike, and get back to me on Discord. I'm Kiso59 on there. All right. Drop me a message so I don't forget, because I'll be at work tomorrow, and I won't do it tonight. So definitely send me a message. Yeah. Rasher, thank you, Rasher, for the €20. I've just swapped my white transit van for a pink one. Oh. I wanted a camper van. Oh,
you don't have a big light on now, do you?
That's very good. I like that.
You can put it on.
Okay.
Otis.
Skin Job Official. I know Yellow Superboy. Yeah, Yellow Superboy. I'll be seeing him tomorrow. Great stuff. So, yeah, PC's done. Do you want me to fire it up so you can see what it looks like when it's on? I don't want to ruin my Windows installation by powering it up unnecessarily, but I feel it's only fair that I do that, because this PC does look the absolute balls when it's turned on. So I am going to do it. Just so you can see the glory of the Lian Li V100. I do, like I said, I genuinely do love this case. It is great, and I think it looks amazing when it's all lit up. And it is one of those few cases where actually RGB improves it. A lot of people say that isn't a thing, but this definitely is. Hey, and it didn't pop a plug when I did it. David Underhill sent 5 Mike's Unboxing reviews and how to gift memberships. Thank you, David. So, one has gone to Kevin Graham, one has gone to Captain Shrapnel, the Bamanda 2, Dirty Baz, nice, and So Hazed 44. You've all received gift memberships from David Underhill. So you get early access to Mike's Unboxing content, and also you are very welcome to claim your VIP role on the Discord, should you feel that way inclined.
If you ask.
If you ask nicely.
No, your name on there. Unless
Yeah.
it's the same.
Right, I better plug in a monitor, haven't I? And a keyboard and mouse, so this doesn't go all kinds of weird. And also, I've got to check that I got an output. Because wouldn't it be great if I've gone through all this rigmarole and my graphics card not work? I would be, and I think it's fair to say, I would be pissed. Extremely pissed. I would probably hit something. So potentially this might happen. This Wimaxit monitor may actually find itself transiting through the solar system shortly.
Discord says that you can't send a message because you're not connected on the same server.
Ah, right. Yeah, send me a friend request and I will do it. Or you can send it to Kath and she can do it now.
Send it to you.
No, send you a message you can... Actually, yeah. Don't worry, ignore me. I'm talking at me out.
You can send it to me and I can forward it on to you, but you have to send me a friend request, I think.
Won't you need to run DDU first in safe mode? I should.
Do
but
as I say, not as I do.
Yeah. I am actually planning on doing a wipe of this operating system, so it's been long overdue. I've been meaning to do it for ages, and this is probably going to be the ideal opportunity.
Just when I thought life could get any worse.
I was just looking for the power button. It's like, oh no, it's in the sensible place, isn't it?
Bang!
You're a dick. Don't do that. There we go. Ta-da! I do love this PC. It would appear it's doing something. Oh yeah. No keyboard detected. I knew this. But it has booted. We have a display. So all is working. Skin job. I drive a purple Mitsubishi Evo. Do I need to get in contact with Loot? Oh, I do need to get in contact with Loot. Purple Mitsubishi Evo. I'm trying to think who that is. Yeah, we probably have met then.
Because we can really remember it.
Well, no, purple Mitsubishi Evo. I'm trying to think who's got a purple Mitsubishi.
You're good with faces. You should
Yeah,
be good
I'm
at
trying to think
this.
now.
I'm good at names. You're good at faces. Between us, we can do it.
When you come in the shop, do you say, all right, love? If it's who I think it is, did you just recently buy another one as well? Another vehicle?
Out the back of the shop one time.
Okay. No worries. Anyways, good to see you. Rasha says, we need to see the slimmed calf. We can see a new hula hooping video. Promise there'll be no self-gratification.
I'm not slimmed.
She's not slimmed, really.
I'm about the same as them.
Yeah, she's put it all back on now. Look. Daggers.
I went too thin, but it was because I was ill.
Yeah. No, she's back up to her fighting weight now. There we go. That's really quiet, actually. It's lush. I do love it.
Did you read the last bit?
No. What, self-gratification?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't get that far.
I read that out loud.
Oh, I wasn't listening.
Video card does require a lot of power. It probably will do.
Hello, Otis.
Purple Evo, not exactly common. It is in Bristol.
Is it?
No, not really. There's Otis. Hey, Otis. Otis likes the lights, don't you? I don't think you can see him. Oh, can you? You can see him there. There's Otis. What's it? Hey?
As you can see, it's cougar. You got Maisie as your cougar, isn't she?
Hey, Kenny D, how you doing? Skin Job says, oh, I love the cat. Got two of them. Two identical ones of them. Got two gingers and two tabbies.
Tabby whites.
Tabby and whites, yeah. 6 cats. Like I said earlier, I'm not really keen on cats, but
He likes his pussies.
they're better than the other thing I mentioned earlier.
What's that?
Dicks. Given the choice between the two, I'll have cats.
Get on some food. Oops.
Or dags. Do you like dags? Oh, I'm going to have to figure that out. Anyway, I think that's looking spiffing. Oh, what have I got no output on the screen now? Oh, it's because I haven't signed in. Hello, McFly. Oh, that's upset itself, so let's just turn that off. It's so quiet. Those thermal right AIOs are amazing. They really are. I think I paid £40 or £44 for this one, and it's just bloody amazing. It's hard to complain for the amount of cooling potential and also the power. Yeah, it's just nuts. And how my PC may have crashed. Not turning off. This is exactly what I didn't want to happen. Mike, just sell the RAM. It's not a bad idea. Sell the RAM and Christmas is paid for. Good excuse to use your 3D printer for new GPU support. Yeah, I think that is not a bad idea. I think actually this case came with one.
Where's Dave?
But I don't remember what I've done with it.
I think he's out. Dave!
Right, I need a USB something.
Dave!
That's me. Let's unplug that one from the stream PC.
Whistle candy.
Actually, that's not even the right one. I just unplugged the camera. I do like the fact that this case has got the USBs on the side. It does make life quite easy. Is that woken up yet? It's funny because the screens come on, but there's no display. But yet there was earlier, which makes me a little bit concerned. So I would actually like to see a display on there. There's no LEDs on.
In the motherboard box? I don't know what you're asking.
Let's, I'm going to reboot it. which I don't like doing.
I'll pay 33% if it comes with box, because they're essential.
What was that for?
I don't know.
I don't know me.
My
Right.
top 1 fans are Arctic P12 Max.
Ah. Right, this is loading now, I think.
John David Sullivan.
Hang on, I'm just getting to it's gone to a black screen. Ah, there we go. Right, I've got a black screen with a cursor. So that's great. Control, Alt, and Delete. And I've got nothing there either. Oh, you swine. Yeah, maybe the DDU thing might have been a great idea. Is the onboard graphics working? Onboard graphics does have its... Yay, there we go. So, yeah, that's why I couldn't log in, because the onboard graphics are going. So, let's see if I can get logged in. And then if I plug in... Well, actually, the Wi-Fi should pick up anyway. Yeah, Wi-Fi is going to pick up. So the Wi-Fi will pick up the drivers. But yes, it is... there you go. You can see it is working. It's not dead.
Would you say it's worth doing the Thermalright contact frame for the 285K? But haven't installed it yet.
Yeah, I think I would, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think I definitely would. The contact frames, especially for Intel, do make a lot of sense, because the Intel LGA 1700 or 1851 sockets are really long. So, like, with AMD it's great because the CPUs are effectively square. So if you're just putting pressure on the kind of like the 2 center bars, there's an equal distance between the top and the bottom of the chip between the middle. It's quite small. Whereas with the Intel chips, because they're longer, the pressure point in the middle, so you've got more pressure basically right in the very center of the chip and less towards the outside edges. So yeah, the contact frame basically makes it so that the contact or the pressure is more even and actually is slightly reduced. So you're less likely to damage the board or to get problems where the pins are pushed down too far or too much, which can happen. So yeah, I would use a contact frame on Intel. I don't think I did on this one, because I was just testing it to see if this board actually worked, because it was one I bought secondhand. And yeah, I picked it up for a really good price and it works. So I thought, right, it's just, I'm working, I'll leave it. Next time I take it apart, I'll put the contact frame in, but I actually never got around to doing it. And I think there might have been a reason. I've got a sneaking suspicion with this cooler. I think there might have been something to do with the frame, maybe obstructed some of the cooler mechanism. But I might just be imagining that. Where is my device manager? Device manager and display adapters, AMD Radeon 9060 XT. Let's plug that in there now. Yeah, that's better. So if I plug it in there now I've got a display on the AMD card. Excellent. So let's install the drivers. I will do the, what's it called? you know the thing. I'll do the thing. I'll do the DDU. That will be done tomorrow. I will do the DDU, and I will do the AMD drivers. I also found a new telemetry removal software for the AMD. Yeah, and I'm curious to see if it makes any difference as much as it does with NVIDIA, because we know that NVIDIA absolutely loves slurping down copious amounts of your data, but AMD being the more customer-focused company, which clearly they're not, but it's a thing which people think is actually real, but it clearly isn't. Yeah, just to see if there is a decent amount of headroom to be made. For those people that actually did try the telemetry removal tool for the NVIDIA cards, did you actually find it helped? I really did find that my 1% lows were significantly better after doing it, which I guess is effectively why you...
comes Dave.
it is so good because your 1% lows are the ones which you feel. Like your maximum FPS, you never actually feel it, but your 1% lows are the ones you notice. So yeah, I would certainly recommend trying that if you haven't already.
You've been requested to go on screen, Dave.
Hoove says also that the PCIe connectors don't explode. I certainly hope they don't,
Dave?
because that would suck. Is George all right out there? Bearden.
Coffee.
Choking away at her, yeah. Right. There you go, Dave.
Come and say hello.
You've had a cuddle. You've had a bloody...
Do you want me to brush you
thing.
over here then?
Do you want a brush?
Let's get your brush.
Dave loves a brush.
Come on, Dave.
Come on, Dave.
Come on, over here. Over here.
He's so spoiled, that kid.
Kid. Come over here. And we can see you.
He's so moany.
That's nice. Oh, you take after me. You don't want to be on camera, do you?
He don't like being on camera, does Dave? Just about to see his head. Come on, Dave. Come on, come here.
You better brush him.
Mike's jealous of Dave. Yeah, he gets more attention than me, that's for sure.
Oh, I'll brush you as well.
Oh, thanks. Oh. Did I just lose the display again? No, I did, yeah. Hi. I've had my hair brushed on right now. I feel like I'm a valued member of the family.
Me too. Me too, your eyebrows.
Do me ass crack. Sorry, a little bit too much information again. Which way round does this go?
Show him, Dave. Show him how it goes.
Oh, actually, before I do put this back up in its rightful place, I will do the clean the glass. If you're looking for anything to clean your PCs or plastics or anything in general, this stuff is awesome. It's called Blue Jello from Bristol Detailing Supplies, which you can purchase from Motor Parts in Downend. McMahon. And yeah, it's really good. It's a really good glass cleaner, but it also is really good for cleaning plastics. Actually, bizarrely, windows. If you've got UPVC windows at home, which most people have, the plastic surrounds and the grout and all that, it actually gets all the dirt and stuff off that as well, and actually turns black mold back into white, which is awesome. This has got a very high concentrate of ammonia, so it is like a proper glass cleaner, and it's got a very, very, very minor abrasive in it, which actually does kind of get right into the glass and clean it and gets rid of all the marks and what have you.
Wouldn't it better to do that once you put it back?
Yeah.
Let your hands slip off.
Well, I won't be able to do the inside quite as easily, so the outside I can give a wipe over, but yeah, this stuff is awesome. And if you're in a home with smokers or wood burners or anything like that, where you get kind of soot or the yellowing, this is awesome. Again, you can use it to clean plastics, you can wipe over, it doesn't hurt or damage them, and actually just brings them up really nice like new. So yeah, if you want to get yourself a decent...
Windows, we use aluminium in Australia or timber, never plastic. They love that plastic over here.
Yeah, plastic.
Not only are the windows plastic, they have to cover your windowsill, the sides of your walls.
Oh god, yeah. Silicon and plastic over here, for those that don't know, the UK, actually Rasher's in the house, Rasher actually fits it.
Sorry, Rasher. I'm sure you don't do that.
It's Rasher's fault. Yeah, UPVC or plastic trims around everything. So rather than actually building out a frame properly, there's a tendency for a lot of installers to use just plastic and lots of silicone and just bodge it in there. Yeah, this is like a mirror finish when it's done. It's not cheap, but it is very good. I've just seen there's a scratch on the other side. Yeah, that looks amazing. That is very, very clean. Yeah, don't need a lot, just a little blast over.
It smells very nice.
It smells like vinegar and ammonia, with a little bit of fragrance in it as well. There is definitely a little bit of fragrance in it, but it's not overpowering. It disappears quite quickly.
I don't like fragrance. Bodge, I resemble that remark.
Bodge.
Say bodge for you.
No, not for you. I said some people.
I said most of these window fitters, but I'm sure you don't.
Look at that. That is just amazing. And yeah, just all it needs is a little bit of blue fibre. So Bristol detailing, jello blue glass. I love it so much that I got one. It's almost empty now, so I've got a refill ready to go for when I need to do it next.
How much cheaper are the refills?
The refills are exactly the same price.
We'll get one with a trigger next time then.
Okay. Well, I had a trigger, so I thought, well, to save the planet, I will use the trigger again on the next one.
How's that saving the planet?
Well, they cost money, don't they? So I'm not saving the planet. I'm saving Ian's bank balance a little bit.
Yeah,
that is a 50p, well saved. I should ask for it cheaper next time. I got a bit of staff discount. It's all right. So yeah, it's blue jello. It's great stuff. I'll try and put that PC up now without spraining my tested.
Up, you're stuck then, aren't you? You have to go and buy another trigger. Get a new trigger next time. Now it has fingerprints on it.
Yeah, it has. I will give it a little wipe. I'll give it a wipe over.
Our Wolfman, your kids won't even be able to reach it. It's far too high.
Then my PC is approximately, about shoulder height from me. So that's about 3 foot.
He's got a large head.
I have got a large head.
Does that make it 2 foot tall head?
Yeah, I'm like a bloody fallout sack boy. Pit boy, rather, even.
Sack boy, what's that from?
That's a Little Big Planet.
Yeah. A £1 box of optical wipes works just as well.
It might do. If you can get them for £1, great. I would definitely suggest to do that. But then optical wipes, would you want to use that on UPVC windows? Like bigger surface areas? Might take a while. Right, okay, I think that is pretty much it, unless there's any more blah, blah.
Ours, please.
Hoove says the blue hairless cloth is the key. Water and sugar soap works fine. It does. The thing is, I think you'll find with, well, this cleaner in particular, and some other ones as well, the agents that are used in it also then prevent other things happening, such as things like fogging or anti-static, that sort of stuff. Yeah.
White vinegar for that. That's what
Yeah, David Underhill says, local health clinic had free IPA bottles back in COVID times. I still have stacks for cleaning. I have actually got, what's that, about 300ml of IPA left.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, Dave. I still use it. White vinegar is really good for cleaning glass, actually. I do say to a lot of people, if you've got windscreen wiper blades, which are squeaking, or you're just putting new blades on, rather than transferring the contaminants from your windscreen to your new wiper blades, get some white vinegar or some good glass cleaner, spray it into a cloth or a tissue like that, and just run it up and down the blades, and also do it on the windscreen itself, just to get rid of all the contaminants. So many people, especially in the winter months when they put all kinds of shit on the roads to try and stop it freezing, that all flicks up, so you get grease, dirt, salt, antifreeze, all that kind of stuff all over your windscreen. It just contaminates the rubbers.
I thought our squirters had broken again. Because I was pushing the button on the end and the windscreen wiper was working, but no water was coming out. And then I realised that's just turning the windscreen wipers on in there.
Yeah.
And I've got to put it towards me. Oops.
Vianney says, reminding me to get some IPA. Thanks, Mike.
Don't forget
No
the
worries.
affiliate links.
Don't forget the affiliate links, yeah. Okay. Right, I think that's going to wrap things up. If you haven't already, smash the like button. Don't forget to share the videos if you can. That would be awesome. We will do an update on the AMD card, see how it does. For my video editing, I'll be doing my first video edit on an AMD card on Monday. I haven't done that in a very, very long time, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes and what the rendering times are like, whether or not Adobe Premiere gets upset or not. No doubt we will find out in due course. Yeah, I think that is pretty much it. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for your kind contributions, donations, and your commentary as we went through. It is much appreciated. Otherwise, I'll be just sat here on my own. So, I'll be Mike. This is Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and hopefully we'll catch you in the very next video. Thanks for watching, and have a fantastic rest of your weekend, and we'll see you on Monday. Thanks for watching. See you. Bye, Cav.
Bye.
Bye.